Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is a pick a card reading on how is divine orchestration working in your favor and what is going on behind the scenes for your benefit. And I say for your benefit because the universe is always working for you to help create your desires and the things that you want in life and the things that you've been asking for. So, and what I mean by asking for, it's the things that you've been predominantly thinking about, especially those thoughts that have highly charged emotions behind them. So in this read, I'm offering you a glimpse into what the universe is up to with regards to making this a reality for you. So if you've been desiring to create something or desiring something to change in your life, then this read can give you a heads up as to how and when this is going to happen for you and how it'll look once you get it. It'll also offer some tidbits on how to see evidence of this happening and advice on how to help the process along. So it'll be 3 piles, and in the energy check, the very first card, I'll be using the energy oracle for that. This energy check is going to look into the area of life that the universe is predominantly working for you at this time. So it's most likely going to be an area of life that you've been actively thinking about lately, but it might also be an area of life that you don't suspect, because it could be related to an older desire that you've stopped thinking about because perhaps you gave up on it, but the universe didn't give up on it. But you were offering a lot of resistance back then to it. You're thinking, no, it can't happen. You're having a lot of doubts. So it was blocking the universe from bringing it to you. So now you've released that resistance to it. The universe is like, whew, I can actually start bringing it to you. So basically it's going to be a desire or something that you've really wanted, that you've been thinking on a lot on lately, or a desire that had a lot of energy and a lot of charge behind it from the past that you were doubting and maybe have given up on. So it's basically something that you've been wanting. And I will actually say this also could be a read where there could be more than one message or more than one pile for you, because the universe is more than capable of orchestrating multiple desires for you at the same time. So if you're drawn to more than one pile, then have a look at the energy check for those 2 or 3 piles, and you might actually be drawn to both, and might be messages in both, so you might be listening to both. So trust your gut as to how it feels when you listen to the messages in each energy check, and your body will also let you know if you've picked the right pile. So if you feel you have picked the right pile, then we'll be moving on to what the universe is moving around for you, or who the universe is moving around for you, in order to create space for your manifestation to become a reality. So that could be moving things both in and out of your life, or moving people both in and out of your life. We'll use the Mythic Tarot for that. Then we'll see how or where you'll see the evidence of this happening, what to look out for, who to look out for. We'll use the guardian angel messages for that one. Then we'll look at how close this is becoming a manifested reality, a fully manifested reality. So this is a timing question we'll be looking at. We'll be using the Tarot of Dreams for that. And then we'll have a glimpse into how this is going to look once it's manifested. So we'll use the Crystal Visions Tarot for that. And we'll look at how you can best support this orchestration process, so how you can best support the universe. We'll be using the Seeker Oracle for that one. And then we'll get a message from the universe and advice. We'll use the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle for that one. And then we'll close off the reading with some channeled messages. So what I'm going to do now is do the pile selection. So I'll move that aside. So if you want, you can just sort of move the cursor across, and then you can go straight to when I've actually got the 3 piles. But this is just to let you see me shuffle them. And no, I just didn't pre-select them. Okay, so this is about what area of life the universe is predominantly working for you at this time. So what is the predominant energy being funneled towards? What desire or change that you want to make in your life is being predominantly funneled towards? So this is for pile number 1. And it's about to come out, I feel it. The energy behind this. There's a lot of energy behind this. There it is. Oh, you're not supposed to see it. because you're supposed to see in the reading. So this is, and I'll move this over here. This is for pile 2. This is the area of life the universe is predominantly working for you at this time. What desire is it working towards? That one? There we go. It's pile number 2 and pile number 3. Oh, there we go. All right. Move that over there. Okay, so you might be drawn to, like, they all look the same obviously, but you might be drawn to a certain pile. But this is the next level of choosing using the Eye of Horus tiles. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you. Shouldn't be. If not, block the ears. Okay, so area of life the universe is predominantly working for you at this time for pile number 1. Okay. And that's that. And I'm not going to say the name of these tiles yet because I don't want you choosing based on that, just basing on the symbol alone. Okay. Pile number 2. Area of life energy check. The universe is predominantly working for you at this time. And that's that one. And pile number 3. Oh. And yes, that is what you think it is. But the meaning isn't what you think it is. So I'm going to put that. That's actually, it did come out upright. I don't usually read these upright, but it has a significant meaning. It can go either way. So I'm leaving that upright. And yeah, the quite unfortunate tile to have upright. But anyway, I'll leave that there. I'll move that out. So just see if these are, let's move them down. So go ahead and choose which pile is for you. And I'll just, pile 1, it's that card or that tile. Pile 2 is that oracle or that tile. Move it around. Or pile 3 is that oracle or that tile. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and choose a pile and I will see you when you're reading. Bye. Hey, pile 1, welcome to your reading. And if you chose pile 1, you chose Seth. And Seth in Egyptian mythology is basically the bad guy. He's actually literally called the King of Chaos. So I would say based on this tile alone, let's put him up here. I'll put him there for now. Based on this tile alone, it's about, if this is your pile, it's about either a relationship or a job or even a relationship with yourself, with an addiction or anything like that, that is causing a lot of disruption and a lot of fear associated with either standing up to that person, standing up to that boss, standing up for yourself, standing up to your own mind and your own ego and saying no and moving on from something that you know is disruptive and not working for you. So I'll just get this card as well. Of course, attachment. So that's that card there. Okay, and attachment. So this could very well be a very good example of explaining this is letting go of an addiction. On the surface, you're saying, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, like give quitting smoking an example. Like inside, you're just craving for a cigarette and you're moody and it's really annoying and your mind is offering up reasons to have just one more cigarette. But on the surface, you go like, yeah, I'm fine. That's not a problem at all. But really, you're still bound to that addiction. You're still craving it. You're still craving that old person, that old relationship. If you're looking on the realms of a relationship, if it's an old relationship that was disruptive in nature, or that person was playing the role of bad guy. And actually, I might just say on the side note, when you experience situations like that, when someone has played the bad guy or something bad has happened, looking back in the past, every single time that's happened, it's forced you to change. It's forced you to upskill and up level. It's forced you to develop not coping mechanisms, but develop resources and attitudes and processes and behavioral patterns and belief systems in order to move through that. And it's made you stronger as a result. This is another example of that. So if it's a relationship that is either in the process of moving out of your life or has just recently moved out of your life, or you know that it's not going to work, you just know it, but you're developing the courage to say no, I would say it's probably something that's only recently happened, or something's happened within a relationship where you go, no, I can't do this anymore. An example of these two combinations can be trauma bond. So you've just broken up, for example, with someone, and you know that they were all kinds of wrong for you, but you just can't stop thinking about them. It feels like they're your soulmate. It feels like you can tune in or tap into their energy, and vice versa, that there is that connection. It could also be that you had a past life with that person, so there's a past life connection as well. Very, very hard to move on from a trauma bond. Again, on the surface, you're going, yeah, everything's fine, I'm moving on. It's just a breakup, didn't really work out. It wasn't that bad. But I would say that this person, whether it be a relationship or even an ex-boss or an ex-friend or family member, could be anyone or anything, they caused quite a lot of chaos, and they weren't very nice to you at all. They didn't treat you with respect, or they're not treating you with respect. And you're thinking, well, how can I still be attached to this person? Or how can I still be attached to this identity? Or how can I still be attached to this drinking habit or smoking habit or drug habit that I had, which I knew was just so bad for me, but I just can't let go. I just want to keep going back. It is like the temptation to go back is huge to something that was destructive, something that made you feel bad, and you knew you had to leave, or you know now that you have to leave. It's this type of energy, and you feel connected to that still, even though, your mind is saying, I should be okay, I should have moved on by now. It's obvious, that person was bad for me, or is bad for me, or that situation is bad for me, or this addiction is bad for me, but I just can't move on from it. The energy is more of, you've already quit smoking, you've already quit that job, you've already stopped that relationship. The universe has actually come in and is either removing that person or that job for you, by the way, or making the addiction so bad that you have to quit. Making you hit rock bottom is an example of if it's an addiction. So I would say it feels more like it's only just recently happened, or it's happened. You know exactly what this is. So if that feels like something that's happened for you in the past, or is something that you're going through, and it's a question that you've had on your mind when you were choosing the selection, then this is the pile for you. If not, jump out and go in another reading, and I'll move on to the next question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up there. Where am I going to put that? I think there. I'll probably move that around, but anyway. So now we're going to get the Mythic Tarot. This is my 20-year-old faithful deck that doesn't like shuffling very much. So let's see. So we're going to see what or who the universe is moving around for you, or moving out of your life in this case. So we'll get more information as to, whether this is an addiction, because it can also be an addiction to a person, or an addiction to, a relationship dynamic, where potentially, they're using an example of a relationship. You can see a broken person and all you want to do is fix them. All you want to do is help them. So that's why you kept getting attracted to people like that, because it gave you a sense of purpose or validation as a healer, or someone, only a beautiful person can be attracted to someone like this, believe it or not. And I'm going to say that again. Only an amazing, beautiful healer person can be attracted to someone like this, because only you have the ability to actually make a change in them. And your light has literally shone on their shadows. And that's why they acted up so much. So it could be a relationship dynamic where you are attracted to people like that because you're wanting to get validation for how much of a healer you are. You already are that. You don't need to prove yourself with this person. That's their responsibility to heal themselves. You've done enough. You've done enough. Time to move on. It's up to them now to take it the rest of the way. So, and like I said, this deck does not like being shuffled. I'll try that one more time. And so, who or what is the universe moving around for you? Doing this to help you and serve you, moving them most likely out of your life. So let's just see who or what the universe is moving around for you or out of your life in order to create space for what's coming in. Okay. Oh, the Tower. This is definitely a relationship. Definitely a relationship. Okay. All right, so these wanted to go there. The Tower and that card, that tile, very similar energy. Very similar energy. Like that and that combined makes that. So I would say this is a relationship. Most likely. It could be a relationship with yourself, but in saying that, when any external relationship is a mirror of your relationship with yourself and how you treat yourself. And it feels like now you've decided to develop a different relationship with yourself. So in doing so, that is then mirrored in this relationship with this other person. And this other person has not liked it. This other person has not liked the change. And that's why they acted up. That's why they were such a prick, basically. Because perhaps you started setting boundaries, you started acting in a way that didn't suit them, it didn't serve them, because they're quite manipulative. And again, Seth is the villain in Egyptian mythology. So, and this as well is in the same orientation, what I call the completion phase. This Tower has been in your life for a while. So I would say what it's doing, perhaps this relationship, you're going in the relationship with this person for very long, but I think what it's doing is it's moving this person out of your life so a new relationship can emerge. Because the question was, what is it moving around for you, in this case moving out of your life for you, in order to create space for something new. This space that's being created is for a new relationship. So this person has to go. It could be a relationship with someone at work, or a relationship with a job or a career. But I would say it's most likely, and I might just use this as a running example, it's most likely a relationship with someone else, with someone who has not treated you very well. So that person had to leave or has to leave, and the universe is orchestrating events, circumstances, even working with your own mind and delivering thoughts of, you deserve better. You deserve more. You're worth more. You're worthy of more respect. Perhaps other people around you have made comments about how he'll treat us, like, he's not treating you very well, is he? Or planting seeds of doubt in your mind as to whether this relationship was legit or not. And the universe is working with those other people as well, inspiring them to ask the questions that you weren't asking yourself, addressing the red flags that you weren't addressing. And it got to the point where you couldn't ignore them anymore. So I would say it's happened. Whatever it is, this person has already been moved out of your life, but you do have a strong connection with them. And it does, trust me, it does pass. It takes time. It will take probably a little bit longer to move out of this energy of this relationship than normal. Like if you're in the relationship for 3 months, it's going to probably take at least 3 months to move through this energy. And you might always have that tie with that person, but that tie will, how do I explain it? It will become less and less. It sort of feels like I'm seeing a cord, and the cord is really thick. Over time, the cord just gets thinner and thinner and thinner and more brittle, the connection breaks. You might benefit from doing some clearing exercises or cord cutting if you're into that, energetically speaking. But if you're, we'll see, this is me advising this, we'll see what the universe says later on with advice. But if you're in communication still with this person, it would be a really good idea, even if just temporarily, to cut all communication and just be in your own energy, because to keep the lines of communication open is keeping this attachment open, and that's stopping you from moving forward. The universe wants to bring someone new into your life, and you need to make this break. You need to unfriend them. You need to block their number if they're calling you. You need to actually set that boundary and say, you know, I just need some time to myself right now, and maybe we can pick this up later. And they won't like it, but tough. They'll kick up a stink and they'll try and stay in your life. They'll try pushing all your buttons. Be ready for that. Be ready and prepared and go, no, I've made up my mind, because my happiness is more important than keeping this connection alive with you, who is responsible actually for my unhappiness, or you're responsible for your own unhappiness, but they're the person who was acting in a way that was just horrible. It was horrible. It's very icky, murky energy, the energy of this person. So you have to make that break. Really, really important. And another motivator is because you've got someone amazing coming in. You've got a new relationship just coming in. Perhaps you've already met this new person. Maybe start thinking about them instead. Maybe start spending some time thinking about what this new relationship is going to look like, how they're going to treat you, and basically look at how they treated you and flip it. And in your mind, have this person treating you the exact opposite way and go, well, that's coming. The universe got rid of you because this amazing person is coming into my life, or amazing job, or amazing health. If it is an addiction that you're moving through, health is especially if it's a physical addiction, health is a very good motivator. It's like, I'm going to be feeling healthier. I'm going to be feeling fitter. I'm going to be able to breathe easier. If it's an addiction to spending money, I'm going to have more money. Whatever it is that this is representing, the opposite is on its way to you, if not already in your life. So even if you haven't met that person, the person is in your life. They're very, very close. And with the Queen of Wands being the underlying energy, you absolutely have the power to do this and create miracles. The Queen of Wands for me is just absolutely magical, absolutely powerful, powerfully independent. She knows her own power and her own strength of will. And she sits on her throne comfortably. So tap into that power. Tap into that strength that you're developing. Just, again, going back to the relationship example, if you've already broken up and you've spent, a day, week, or 2 or 3 on your own, or months, whatever, how long it's been, I feel it's, been at least a few weeks, you're actually starting to feel the difference of what it's like to be in your own energy as opposed to be in their energy, and it feels amazing. You're actually coming back into your power again. You can absolutely do this. But this happened in your life to shake things up, to give you the strength of will to move forward, and either you made the break or they did, or the universe did something to make it happen. But now you're like, you're still tied to the past, and that's understandable. That's going to happen. Allow that tie to be there. It'll just fizzle out over time. And the best way to do that is start focusing on this beautiful thing that's coming, because it is coming. And the more you focus on that, the less you're focusing on that. And the less you focus on that, the smaller that cord is going to be. And the weaker that tie is going to be. And the less of an influence that person is going to have over you in your mind. And especially if you cut them out, they'll have no influence over you physically. Okay, so I feel that I'm ready to move on now. Oh, that was a bug. Whoops. Okay, so now the next question is, and I would say that you know that this is your right read for you by now. So how or where will you see evidence of this happening? So I would say now we're actually looking more into what's coming, because your desire what the desire that got created as a result of going through this is, I want, for example, I want health, or I want to be treated with respect. I want to know my own worth. I want people to see my worth. I want to be treated with love. I want to feel happy again. All of that desire was born out of this contrast, out of this icky situation. So now we're focusing on that. So how or where will we see evidence of this new relationship coming? Because that's the desire. That's what you've been thinking on. I think predominantly, oh, look at the Knight of Cups on the bottom, like when I just cut it. And I, after a period of dissatisfaction in your old relationship, a new person's coming in. That's perfect. I love it when that happens. So that's confirmation that that is actually what this deck is actually going to be looking at, the new person. I would say most likely it is a person. This would be a relationship read. Even though predominantly you've been thinking about, for example, your ex, you've also been thinking about, what is it that you do want? Perhaps there is someone in your life and you've been sort of flirting with the idea of being with them, or maybe even gone on a few dates. Okay, so how or where will you see evidence of this happening? Oh, that's beautiful. So you've already seen evidence of this. The Three of Wands, this is about your ship coming in. Goals, expansion, vision. You've already met this person. You've already seen it. And I feel that it's more than just in your mind or in your imagination. You've definitely been thinking about it. Not a problem at all. But you know that that person's there for you. So it could be they've expressed an interest and you've gone, just broken up with someone and I'm just moving through that, but I'm interested. And just give me a bit of time, because the Three of Wands is a little bit of a waiting period, sort of waiting for your ship to come in, but it's coming in. So I would say you've already seen evidence of this. Whatever that evidence is, because your ship, like your ship coming in, the ship's, the whole idea behind that saying was the ships were loaded up with, supplies, goods, gold, everything that you want, and then the ship is coming into port and then that supplies the town. So it's almost coming in. You're feeling that, I'm almost ready, but I'm still tied to the past, but I'm almost ready to move on. And I know that it's out there. So I don't really think you doubt your ability to get into a new relationship. I don't believe you doubt that. Or I don't believe that you doubt that there is someone out there for you. My guess is you've already met them, or they've already expressed an interest in you. So you've already seen this evidence, and whatever's popped into your mind, as I said, I feel like getting just one more card to clarify this. That one. Loving, giving, psychic. So you've definitely at the very least sensed it. Okay. So the stress is over. The stress of this is over. I just want to make sure this isn't shot. Not quite. Let's move them up a little bit. Could even move that up a little bit. All right, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, the stress of this is over, and the stress, like this to me definitely says this is the old relationship is gone, and it was a very, very traumatic relationship, and you're still tied to it, but it's over, and you're now starting to experience what it's like to be in your own power, be independent, emotionally independent, and now you're actually starting to think, I can move forward. I just got to get rid of this. But you are in your power. You are actually tuning in to, you feel it. You feel that either this person is right or you feel that this person is close. 100% feel. And don't discount that feeling as evidence. That's absolutely evidence, because you're tuning in to something. You're very psychic. You're very gifted. Only a psychic and gifted or a healer person would be attracted to this sort of person anyway, because they like to take advantage of people like you, unfortunately. So you're tuning into it. You're absolutely feeling it. The more you step out of that stressful situation, the more time passes, the more calm you're feeling, the more connected you're feeling, and the closer you are to becoming closer to this new person. So I would say that whatever evidence you've seen, you're actually classing it as evidence. So if you are psychic and you can actually sense that person is near, you feel it, that is evidence for you. Or if what means evidence for you is you've actually seen someone you like and you're actually starting to think, I think I could date that person and I know that person's single. That could be evidence for you. Or what's evidence for you is someone's actually asked you out and you said, okay, look, just give me a bit of time to get over this last relationship, which that person would honor and respect, obviously, because they're the right person for you. That's probably evidence for you. So my guess is you've already seen the evidence of this happening. So this is perfect, because I was a little bit worried when I saw this at the beginning of the reading, but it's turning out to be very, very positive. So let's see now how close, we'll be using Tarot of Dreams for this, how close, and I've already answered this question, so let's just get some more on it. It's very close, if not here. I think the only time, when you're looking at timing, is how long is it until you feel you're ready to move on, basically. And like, if you want to look at, an example of quitting smoking, how long is it until you feel ready to be around other smokers and be offered a cigarette and say, no, I'm good? It's up to you. The timing is up to you for when you're ready to move towards this desire. It's there for you. The timing is just your readiness, basically. It's up to you. Okay, I just feel like I want to do one more shuffle. Okay. Oh my God, my shuffling sucks today. How close is this from becoming a fully manifested reality? Perfect, and that's all I need from that. So we've got, the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups come out when I was cutting this deck as well. So, and you've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is absolutely a relationship reading. Heads down. And the Chariot, very, 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 okay, very close. So let's just, I knew I'd move that. Very close to becoming a manifested reality. The Chariot being in the completion phase, the Chariot is incredibly fast moving action, energy. Very, very powerful. And the chances of succeeding are like 99.9999%. This person is moving very fast in your life. I think they're still honoring your boundaries, but they're there and they're ready when you are, basically. Do I need to say more? I feel that you might not feel strong enough yet. Perhaps you're still working on trusting yourself again and developing that relationship with yourself again, but that's perfectly fine. So you may not feel strong enough to jump into another relationship, but that person's ready to go. That person is in your life, ready to go, ready when you are. The moment you give them the green light, it's like, that's it. They're taking you on dates and they're doing everything to be in your life because they see your value. They see your worth. And by the way, this person here, they saw your value too. They just didn't want you seeing it because they were threatened by it. They actually want what you have. They want the connection that you have. This person here, this old person that's out of your life, they were jealous of it. They were threatened by it. And because they felt that, and whenever I sort of feel this energy, it makes me want to shake. My hands shake every time I touch these cards. It's just really nervous, scattered energy. And because they don't know how to connect in with their own source and their own heart, because there's so much pain there, they don't want you to be a reminder of that. So that's why they're trying to tear you down. So I feel like I don't even want to deal with that energy anymore. It's old energy, but it has diminished your strength and your power somewhat. And it's interesting, I've got the Strength reversed here with the Queen of Wands. You absolutely have that power, and you know that you have that power. You're just getting reacquainted with it. You're just reminding yourself of that power, and that just takes time. And again, like I said before, the only timing that we're concerned with is when you feel ready. This person's ready to go. And once you say, look, you know what, I'm actually ready to go on that date now, they're like, okay, sweet. And they probably have already organized it. They probably know exactly where they're going to take you, what time you're going to be there, what they're going to wear, what they're going to order, what they're going to do after dinner. That's already pre-organized in their mind. So once you give them the green light, they're like, all right, calling the restaurant now. How's this weekend sound? Let's go. Let's do this thing, because they don't want to lose the opportunity of being with you. They're first in line to be with you. And that is an amazing thing. That is just such a beautiful energy. The contrast between the energy of this person and the energy of this person is the exact opposite energy. You are now allowing in because you've come into your power. You may not realize it yet. You may still feel bound, and that's where you feel like you're not as powerful because you're still thinking about them. You're still flirting with the idea of them. If you see someone that looks like them, you go, oh, you feel that lurch towards them. That's just the trauma bond, or a bond from a past life. It's just an energetic bond that just needs time to fizzle out. Ignore it. Allow it to be there. It's just natural. It's just what happens when you have a trauma bond with someone. And I think that's what this is. It's a trauma bond. So that connection you feel to them, it's just an energetic one. It's just something that got created and manifested from the past relationship. And it's just going to take time to fizzle out. Give it the time it needs to fizzle out. But at the same time, it feels like it's overlapping, especially with the Tower and the Ace of Cups there. They're overlapping. At the same time, you're developing your inner strength again. You're reminding yourself of your inner strength again. And you're moving forward and getting used to the idea of being in your own power again and starting to feel good again. And trust me, when you start seeing this person, and you're doing this in, I might say, in a very healthy way, you're not rebounding. And you're thinking, you know what, I want to do this right. I'm not going to jump into something that, because there's no way I'm going through that again. No way. And that's one of the benefits of going through something like this, because you know so purely what you don't want, and you are not going to do anything whatsoever to make it so you're in that situation again. If you get a red flag with someone, no, I'm going to say no. Yeah, it might disappoint you. Yeah, you might sort of get upset with me, but I don't care, because it's not worth going through that shit again. No way. No way am I going through that. And before then, you didn't have the strength to think that. Now you do, because it's not an option anymore. So the strength that you're building is that strength within yourself, that relationship within yourself, and just building up the strength to go again, to give it another go with someone. So again, that's just going to take time, but this person is ready when you are. Okay, so it's how close is this from becoming a manifested reality? It's right there. It's just up to you. But honor that, and that person's going to honor that too. So, but I have a feeling they're going to be very close to you, and they're going to maybe just check in to see how you're feeling. They're going to maybe just be your friend for a while and just give you that space, but they're going to make you very aware of their presence in your life, so that when you're ready, they're ready to go. So yeah, it's up to you when it becomes a manifested reality. The universe has actually done everything to bring everything together and everyone together. And I actually might put something under this candle. It's about to... I'll do that after the read. Side note. It's up to you for when you're ready. But, there's no rush. The universe, this person is ready to go, but they're still honoring, your processes. And I think they like the fact that you're the type of person to make sure it's right. So then they know where you stand, or where they stand with you. Okay, so let's have a glimpse into how this is going to look. Crystal Visions Tarot. Once this is manifested. So how's this relationship going to look once it's manifested? Oh, Ace of Cups when I cut it. It's going to look brand new. It's going to be a relationship. See the Ace of Cups twice. It's going to be a relationship that you've not experienced before. It's a type of relationship dynamic that you've not experienced before. 3 of Cups. Perfect. Something to celebrate. And 3 of Pentacles. 2 threes. And 2 of Swords. So it's sort of like you're definitely undecided. Perhaps you actually have a choice of more than one person, because now you're coming into your power. You're actually quite attractive and quite appealing to a lot of people. So I have a feeling that how this is going to manifest is you're going to actually have more than one, which could be why this person's going to stick so close to you. And you're going to just, because you've got 2 threes there. This is about collaboration. It's about celebration. Perhaps you might go to a party and you'll have quite a few different people asking you to dance or asking you for your number or whatever. So I would say how this is going to look once it's manifested is you're going to be biting them off with a stick. Especially once you come into your power. The Queen of Wands is when you come into your power, you walk differently, you hold yourself differently, you look differently, you have an inner glow about you. You actually look prettier, look more beautiful, and people see that. You know how you can see inside someone and someone just, they could be the most beautiful person in the world physically, but you just look at them and go, wow, you're just ugly. You know, you can just see through it. With you, the opposite is true. Your inner beauty is shining through. They're looking at you going, oh my God, this person is beautiful. Everyone wants to be with the Queen of Wands or wants to be the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands has this energy. She owns the room. She walks in and everyone just goes looking at her. She's the life of the party. She's the person that everyone aspires to be like and just loves being around. That's you. And that's certainly going to be you once you come into your power. So how this is going to look once this is manifested is you're going to be beating them off with a stick. And good quality people too. They're people that you collaborate with, what's the word I'm looking for, on an equal level. They're going to be just as beautiful as you, just as loving as you, just as respectful as you. They're going to be exactly what you've been wanting. So a glimpse into it is, yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if I were to get more cards out. I'd probably get like the Seven of Cups. Like you're going to have a lot of options and it's going to be really, really positive. It's going to feel really, really good. Perhaps you actually might meet them through work. That's another way of looking at this, because the Three of Pentacles is about collaborating, usually on a tangible level, usually with regards to, like business collaborations. That's usually how I read the Three of Pentacles, but this is turning out to be a relationship read, and you've got the Three of Cups plus the Ace of Cups come out twice, and you've got the Knight of Cups, which also come out twice. So I would say that you're going to get a lot of romantic advances, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, and you're going to have to make a choice though. That's how it's going to look once it's manifested, once you're ready. And the manifestation is just basically you go, I'm ready. Once you go to the universe, I'm ready now. The universe is going to go bang, 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 bang. And you're just going to get a whole bunch of offers, which is really cool. That's really cool. Okay, so how you can best support this orchestration process. We'll look at the Seeker Oracle for that one. How can you best support this? Be interesting actually to see what comes out here. I'm really curious. How can you best support this process? Okay. I just want to move that up. There it is. Set it free. Yep. It is to let go. Okay. Actually, I want to move that there and that there. Okay. So I'm thinking these are for both people. Set it free is to set free this person. Just go. An example could be, if it is a relationship breakup and that person was a prick, just say, you know what? Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the growth opportunity. You've served your purpose now in making me evolved and making me a stronger person. I appreciate the lesson opportunity that you gave me, but now I set you free. Cut the cords with them and let them go. That is how you can most support this process. And that is basically just supporting you, by the way. Setting it free in your mind, or setting that person free in your mind, the tie to them. Any thought that you get that makes you want to go back, set it free, let it go. Cut that cord. Say thank you, but no thank you. You've already served your purpose. I know that any pull towards you will not end in a very desirable result. So it's not an option. So I set you free. Thank you for the opportunity. I set you free. whatever you can do to do that, where it be a cutting cord exercise or whether you block them on social media or you just say, look, we need a timeout just by ourselves. Thank you. But the feeling of setting it free, it just do it with love. I know that might be difficult with a person like that. And trust me, I know, been there, but you still have that trauma bond. You still have that, what is it? I can't remember the name of it. I'll remember it after the reading probably. Stockholm Syndrome, where you develop an emotional relationship with your captor, with this person that treated you badly. You still feel love for them for some reason, and you think, why the fuck am I still feeling love towards this person? Because you fell in love with their potential, what they could be. Because people like that, they're very powerful. They are very powerful, but they misdirect and misuse that power. But what you saw was their power, and you know just how amazing a person they could be if they redirected their power. But they've proved to you over and over again that they have no willingness to do that. It doesn't serve them. It's redirecting their power is just too difficult. Doing the shadow work, not too hard. You're way more stronger than they are. You have the ability to actually look at your own shadows and look at yourself and actually face that pain. They are petrified to do that. You're way stronger than them. That's why they need to convince you so much that you're not, because they know your power. They've seen it, and they're scared that you'll exert it over them. So in that power is you going, thank you for the lessons. Even if you talk to their higher self or their soul perspective, that might be a bit easier than their lower personality, and go, thank you for the lessons. I love you. I set you free. And that can if you stop them from being such a hairy, scary beast in your mind, or an exercise you can do is actually visualize them in your mind and then make them shrink down to this little tiny thing. And again, when I'm in their energy, I'm just shaking. It's weird. Just making it this little tiny thing that you can just sort of put in a box and put away. It's like when you make them smaller, they're no longer a threat. So, and then when you do that, send them love. I wish you healing, but I set you free now because we've served a purpose in each other's life. So the advice and how you can make this become a manifested reality, how you can help the universe, is actually cut that cord, set that person free, but with love. And that's actually going to help you. It's going to help them too, because they need to know it's not okay to be like this. And the rest is up to them. So it's going to help you come into your power as well. So also what's going to help is there is one faithful friend, and I just went straight to this person. This person that you know about that is offered already a desire to be with you and is there waiting for you and ready to go. They are going to be a very good friend to you. Listen to their advice, because they're actually coming at this situation with you from a place of love, and a place of love for you, because they absolutely adore you. So lean on this friend. They understand what you're going through. Or there might be a faithful friend, like a best friend that you have, that you can lean on at this time. So they might have some advice for you as well as to how to move through this. So lean on them. Maybe just go out, just have a girls' night or a guys' night or whatever it is, or just do whatever it is that you do with this friend that makes you feel really good and charge, and just do that. They are your best medicine at this time. So that's how you can help the universe make this happen. Let that person go with love and just be with your friends at the moment, and maybe just develop a friendship with this person. Do that first. If you're not ready to move into a fully blown relationship, just say, like, how about we just go out as friends? Let's go bowling, whatever. Just do a friend thing, and they'll be 100% ready for that and all up for that. Okay, so let's have a look now at a message from the universe, and there might be some more advice. And this is the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. Really difficult to say that. Okay. this is a message from the universe or any advice. There we go. Celebrate the sacred gap. Okay. And I'm just going to put that up there. And what is on the back? In a castle of dreams. Become altered by the color of your dreams. Beautiful. Just want to make sure all of this is in shot. And that is there. Yep. And celebrate the sacred gap. Give thanks for buffer time. So yeah, this is definitely a time where, and I'm using this as an example of a relationship, you've just come out of a really bad relationship. You've got ideas of where you want to go in the new relationship, but you're just in that transition time. And this is a necessary part of the process. So celebrate this. And the Three of Cups is all about celebration. So go out partying with friends, or just go out and have dinner with friends. You know, spend time doing things that make you feel good while you're going through this transition period. And I would say that in the castle of dreams, become altered by the color of your dreams. I feel actually I want to get some more information on this one, but it could be that you're dreaming about this person. You're definitely highly intuitive, so it wouldn't surprise me if you do get messages through your dreams. Okay. I've dreamt in my life dreams that have stayed with me ever after and changed my ideas. They've gone through and through me like wine through water and altered the color of my mind. Wow, that's deep. The realm of dreams is an enchanted castle with a multi-dimensional world of magic and miracles within. A moat separates the castle of dreams from the mundane world of rational, ordinary reality. And what I'm getting from that is dare to dream big. Don't let reality determine what you think you're worthy of, or what you think you can get, or who you think you can get. Each morning you're returned from your dreams and gently delivered back to the shores of the three-dimensional waking world. If you forget your nighttime dreams, which is natural to do, your sojourn, I think is pronounced, to the mythical multi-dimensional realms ends there. Awaken too quickly and the drawbridge rises before a trace of the dream is carried with you, and your actions throughout the day will make logical, rational, maybe even robotic sense. However, when you remember even a hint of dream or a dream, the drawbridge remains down, and your actions, state of being, and your day are colored by, oh, that's beautiful, are colored by the extraordinary dreaming mind. Where the drawbridge is down, quantum leap takes place, awakening happens, and miracles become commonplace. The trick lies in retaining and integrating the wisdom of the dream into your waking life. Perfect. So advice would be to create a dream journal, because I think, especially since you're so intuitive, there might be messages coming through from the universe with regards to this manifestation in your dreams. What I have is a recording app. Every phone has it, and just have it set on the record mode. So when you just wake up, you just unlock your phone and just press record, and then go blah, 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 and then go back to sleep. Press stop and go back to sleep. And then in the morning, you won't remember that dream. But when you play back the recording, go, oh, that's right, I remember that dream now. So that can help get the dream alive, and then you'll tap into that. So I would say the universe is trying to bring messages through your dreams. So dream journal, or just recording it, or just when you're upon waking, just try to go over the dream as much as possible for as long as possible. Bring it from the subconscious mind into the conscious mind. So just checking it's still recording. So you can remember and keep that alive. And then, see, because I remember one time there was 5 dreams in a row where I dreamt of this random guy, and every single time I dreamt about a guy, and then I saw him in my life, the same guy. And then I dreamt about another one, and then I saw him in different, one came to check something to do with the plumbing at work or something, just random things like that. So, the universe was offering me up, and it was just making me realize that there is power in my dreams. There are power in your dreams, and messages do come in your dreams. So I would say that perhaps they might send messages of this person or some of these other options that are coming through. So that can better help you to give you the heads up as to who's coming in. So when they do come into your life, you go, oh, I dreamt that person. I dreamt this situation. This situation right now is significant for me. So I'm going to listen to that. So during this time, while you're moving on from the old and breaking that tie with that old person and that old patterning and that whole behavior and the old belief systems, making that break and getting ready to be in a new relationship, during this time, you're going to get a lot of information through your dreams. So that's what the message is from the universe. Listen to your dreams and also listen to your intuition, very highly linked. But I think this is really, especially since you're psychic, you might not have done that before. You might not have listened to your dreams in that way. But especially if prior to going to sleep, you program your dreams and and that is actually, I didn't even get candle wax on my cards. You might not have done that before, but if you do it now, you might actually be surprised as to what comes through. So I'm just going to close this off now with channeled messages before candle wax goes all over my table. So I'll just tune in just 1 second. There is definitely a window of opportunity or a door opening with adjacent possibilities. There's going to be more than one. Don't go for the very first person that comes along. Not to say that that first person that comes along is not the right one, but it is important to practice setting boundaries and going, for example, not just yet. I just want to explore my options a little bit so I can get used to listening to my heart, listening to how something feels and go, yeah, you're nice, but nah. Yeah, you're nice, maybe. Oh yeah, no, actually, no, not at all. Practice setting the boundaries, practice saying no, practice saying yes to yourself. That is what these opportunities are going to be providing. These other people that are coming into your life is giving you the opportunity to develop that relationship with yourself again, and relationship with trusting yourself again, trusting the information that comes through you from your heart, from your soul, from your higher self, and acting on that, practicing acting on that, practicing saying no to someone even if it might upset them or disappoint them. You need to come first. And it's okay, because if you feel that it's off and you say no, you're actually saving both of you from a future of discomfort and a relationship that wouldn't work. So that's what this opportunity is going to present to you. It's going to be fun though, having a lot of people be interested in you. That's going to be fun. And you're going to find how easy it is for you to say no to someone and go, and you don't have to say no in a brutal way. You can say, you know what, I'm just going through something at the moment. Thank you very much, but I just want to be on my own, but I appreciate that. But, happy to chat. You can let someone down easy if it doesn't feel right. Okay, see what else comes through. I feel like a twin flame might be on their way. This next relationship is going to be amazing. So you want to make sure that you have picked the right one. And developing a relationship with yourself and with your heart is the best way to do that, because you're going to know it when you see it, or know it, more importantly, when you feel it. You'll know it. It's right. And then when you meet that right one, and then you meet a couple of other ones, you go, no, I can see how right this person is. Because that one, and that one, and that one, they're okay, because you're not going to be given crap anymore. That crap's over. You're going to be given some, it's going to be a difficult decision. It's not going to be an easy decision, because you're going to get quite a few suitable suitors to choose from. So this is an opportunity to fine-tune your discerning ability, or fine-tune your ability to connect in with your heart and know what's right for you. This is next level choosing. Every single suitor that is coming your way is going to be good enough for you. But how good do you want it? Like the bar has been raised, the standard has been raised, and it's been raised because of the relationship you've already developed with yourself. The relationship or the belief that you are worthy of something better. You are worthy of respect, because this situation with this old person has created that. Now you know what you want. And that's what you're telling the universe, because that's what you're thinking about. So universe is going, okay, well, here's a match to that. This person's a match to that. This person's really loyal. This person over here is really funny and has just a way of making you feel really good and cheering you up. This person looks amazing and they look after their health. You know, you're going to get all these things, but the one that is really going to be your twin flame, you'll know it. It will feel easy. It will feel calm. It will feel like you can just sit with that person and not talk. And there's not going to be any fanciness. There's not going to be any pretense. You know, it might be the person who, like, they're not going to be showy. They're not going to put on a show. They're going to say, this is me. And you're going to go, I like that. It's going to feel calm. You're going to feel so relaxed around them. Your whole body is just going to relax and feel comfortable. You're going to feel very comfortable in their presence. I don't think I can use any other word to explain it. That's enough. These other people will be a little bit more showy. And understandably, when you're trying to attract a mate, you do put on your best show. And you do put on a show. But this person, it's just going to be them. You're going to see them. They're going to see into you and you're going to see into them. It's going to be subtle. This relationship with the new person, with this person here, it's going to be a quiet inner knowing that this is the right person. These other people, other choices are going to be louder. Still good, but go with the one that just feels like home, basically. Okay, so I'll just see if there's anything else. Nah, good fun times ahead. Enjoy it. Enjoy being wooed. Enjoy the attention. You have enough integrity to not play the field or lead people on or anything like that. You're going to be straight up with them. There's not an issue there. But enjoy knowing that you're desired by many people. Enjoy that. Because you created that. You're exuding that. So just play around with that for a little. Just enjoy the attention, just and go through that stage. You don't have to go rooting around or anything like that. They're not saying that. Just enjoy. And I don't think this is that. This is more very pure, because this next person that you're going to be with is going to work. You're going to be with them for a very long time, and it's going to be very, very fulfilling and very rewarding and just amazing. So just enjoy this last bit of period where you get to be on with your own energy, with your friends, and just enjoy being wooed a bit. And then just make your choice based on how it feels with your heart. So really good times ahead. So basically, in summary, you know, this old person that has created this trauma bond, he's now out of your life. Well, she's now of your life. And I said he because Seth is typically a male. That energy is gone, but there is still a connection that you need to break. And however you want to do that, you can do that. In this meantime, when you're doing that, you're also developing a relationship with yourself and getting stronger again. You're enjoying going out there and just being with your friends and just having a bit of fun and enjoying the attention. But what's coming to you is something amazing, a really amazing relationship. You can't get it wrong. You can't choose wrong, because any choice, get this out of the candle wax, is dry anyway. Any choice that you make is going to be a good one anyway. But you'll know this person when you see them, and when you feel them, more likely it's going to feel like they're going to feel like home. And when you're ready is when you're ready. The relationship, the universe is ready when you are. So, looking forward to that. Really, really cool. Okay, well, that's that reading done. If it resonated, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any ideas about any other reads, also put that in the comments below or send me an email and I'll absolutely do a read for that. But until next week, thank you for joining me, and I'll say bye. Hey, pile 2. How you doing? If you chose pile 2, you chose this tile, and I never get this right, the pronunciation. It's 𝒦𝒔𝒄𝒄𝒕. Basically, the lover of silence. So this is depicting a snake. So this is basically a tile that talks about practicing the pause. It's where you feel you want to act or retaliate or react, and normally perhaps you would. But this tile is calling for a moment where you go, you know what, just take a breath, think about it, take some time out, then act. Don't act on impulse. So that's what this is talking about. It's talking about making if it's a reaction to a certain situation, it's about choosing to respond to that situation or react to that situation. It's a time to think, what is the win-win here? It's time to think about acting with integrity, honesty, mercy perhaps, and respect. Even if someone has hurt you, because what a snake does, it rears up and it just wants to bite, it wants to attack, but it's doing it in defense of itself. From the perspective of someone being bitten by a snake, it's the snake's being aggressive and the snake is attacking, and especially if it's a venomous one, can actually cause a lot of harm when they attack. But from the snake's perspective, it's just defending itself because it doesn't want to get trodden on. It doesn't want to get killed, and it would prefer to not have to. So this is a time where you're thinking, do I strike or do I actually practice the pause? Do I think about what I'm going to say, or what text I'm going to text back, or what action I'm going to take next? This is all about practicing the pause and making the most of the silence. You've got, and 9 times out of 10, you do have, even if it's just a couple of breaths or a couple of moments, to take stock of your emotions and make the conscious choice on how you can respond, not react. And that is what the situation is at the moment, where, because this is talking about the area of life where the universe is predominantly working for you at this time, is there is, actually, I'll get this card. Oh, broken heart. Okay. So I would say you have had your heart broken and it feels like you want to retaliate, tit for tat. They cheated on you, so I'm going to cheat on them so they get to know how it feels. Or they lied to me, so I'm not going to bother about telling the truth to them, because what's the point, because they're a liar. And this is actually very closely linked to pile number 1. And if you were attracted to pile number 1, I highly recommend going to watch that, because very, very similar energy. And it actually feels like this is the energy of the other person in that read. So if you want, and especially if you've already watched pile 1, if you want the perspective of your other person and get an insight as to what's going through their mind, this would be a reading I would do for them, for example. That is one way of looking at this. But another way of looking at this could be completely not linked to that. It could be completely separate, where you have the opportunity to get someone back. They could have hurt you deeply, and it looks like they have hurt you deeply. And you're going, well, I've got this and this and this on you. And you're tempted to plaster it all over social media. Maybe they've, if they've left you for someone else, talking to that other person and sabotaging a relationship. You know, there's a temptation, and I get it. Some people really upset you, and it's like, I can hurt you. I know I've got the resources and the means to hurt you and get you back for doing what you did to me. But this is the time to think about, where would that get me? Will that serve me in the long run? So the universe is offering up a time. It feels like there is a gap, like a sacred gap, where you can actually go, all right, you know what? I'm just going to take some time to think about this. Do I really want to do that? Yes, this person has broken your heart, but do you want to be the same? Do you want to do the same thing? And I get it. I so get it. It is really difficult, especially when you know you can, and you know you can actually hurt that person very, very deeply and get them back. Will that satisfy you? Play the scenario out in your mind. Would it actually satisfy you? Would it change anything? Would it heal your broken heart? No. Will it change the past? No. Will it change a future? Actually, yeah, because then they might want to retaliate back. You know, where does it end? So this is calling for a time to sort of sit back. Yes, you've been hurt, and you've been hurt badly. And perhaps this person is the person that struck first in a very mean way, and you're brokenhearted from that. That is where the universe is working with you at the moment. And it feels like you're in the midst of it. Whereas pile one, if you're attracted to that, that was sort of more the aftermath and healing and moving on from that. But this sort of feels like the actual strike itself. Like you've been dealt the blow and you're in that mode of wanting revenge. Get angry at them. That's fine. But think about, are you going to project it on them? Or you're maybe just going to play it out in your mind. Maybe you're just going to do something that vents your anger, like punching a punching bag, or just screaming it out, or journaling it out, or just talking it out with someone else, venting it in a more healthy way. Where do you want to direct that anger and resentment? How do you want to direct it? Or do you want to strike back? The universe has given you an opportunity to actually take some time out to think about it and think about which way you want to go. And if this is a reading for the other person who is in pile number one, this might get you and give you an insight as to possibly why they did the things they did. So I might get another clarifier I didn't get a clarifier in the first read, just to get some more information on this, because this is very, it's interesting. It's not what I expected. Really not what I expected. Okay. And this is Learning with Tarot, I think it's called. Learning Tarot cards deck. They're just pretty, so I like using them. So just get some clarifier on this. Okay, what is it first? The Empress. Pregnancy, fertility, motherhood, sensuality, nurturing, creativity, beauty, femininity, I can't say the word, nature, harmony, art, healing, love, union, synthesis, continued growth, material comfort, status, social standing, a beautiful home. So I would say it's the Empress, or someone who holds the Empress energy, someone who's just beautiful, someone who is nurturing. That is the person who has the broken heart. So I would say that is the person who's had the broken heart, and this is the person who is striking. Or it could be you are that beautiful person, you are that Empress, you are that. It could actually literally mean, and it's horrible to say this, it could mean miscarriage, and that actually could be something that has recently happened. And maybe there is, and this is just a side note, it might not be for anyone, but there could be something that was given to you that actually caused the miscarriage, and that you're angry about the misjustice, if that's a word, with regards to that. You're looking for someone to blame. That's just an aside thing. But I would say that this is, whoever has the heart broken is someone who is very nurturing, has more of a divine feminine sort of energy about it. I'll get a card for this one. Five of Cups. Yeah. So sadness, loss, grief, despair, abandonment, guilt, remorse, regret, trauma, mourning, heartbreak, unwelcome change, focusing on negative emotions, isolation and loneliness. Now, this is interesting. And I won't get the underlying for that. Because I would have thought it'd be the reverse in the way. It feels like you both feel betrayed in some way. I was going to take a drink. The person who was struck out or is wanting to strike out is feeling a sense of loss and abandonment and grief and betrayal, deep betrayal. And that's why this person, whether that's you or whether this is a read for the other person in pile one, wants to lash out and further hurt this beautiful Empress. I would say that this person is blinded by that sense of loss and grief and abandonment and betrayal. And that's all this person sees. This person doesn't see the beautiful Empress that has had their heart broken. It's an interesting read. I'm just going to tune in at this point, just a little bit of channeling to get some more on that. Yeah, it definitely feels like this reading could go in two different ways. So it feels like throughout the reading, I'm going to have to take two different perspectives of this reading. The perspective of the person who is intending to do the hurt or intending to lash out, because that person's been hurt too. They've been betrayed, or they're seeing something as a betrayal, when possibly it might not be, but they feel like they've been betrayed in some way. That's how they feel. That's their perspective of the situation. Whether it's right or wrong or accurate or not is irrelevant. They think they've been betrayed and they want to get that person back, whether that's you or whether that's that other person. So what I might do is I actually might do this, and then I can do two reads. Was not expecting this, really. I wasn't. This is a new channel. I wanted to be straightforward, but it's not. So yeah, this person feels very betrayed and wants to lash out, but is actually taking some time out to sort of really think about what they want to do. But it's an energy of not being able to see that at all. All they see is the broken heart. You've got the betrayal and you've got broken heart in between these two people. They can't see it. This Empress person is nursing a broken heart and doing things that are nurturing to them. This person's not wanting to get back at that person at all. They're just mending a broken heart. They're just healing. So I would say this is I would probably say a relationship breakup, especially when you got heart there. The Empress is very much the ultimate divine feminine, the ultimate mother. And the Five of Cups there, whether there is grief or loss, again, if it is a miscarriage, shit, so sorry about that. And you're having some time to really reevaluate what happened. And now is that time where you do have the opportunity to get them back in some way or for some reason, or want to retaliate. So this person doesn't want to retaliate. This person just wants to lick their wounds and get better and nurture themselves through this. This person wants revenge for whatever the betrayal. They both see this as a betrayal. They both see this as a betrayal of the heart or some sort of loss. And I'm getting muffling in my right ear, which definitely it's confirmation. And it could actually mean someone has passed away as well. And you want sort of retribution for their passing. Why did they have to go? Why did they have to leave? And you want to project in some way while you're going through that grieving period, but you don't know where to project it to. So there's so many different avenues of how I'm going to go with this. So we'll just move on. So if this sounds like you, I know it's a wishy-washy read. It could go in so many different ways, but the more cards I get out, the more it's going to fill in the gaps and actually have this make sense. But again, very highly linked to pile number 1. If this is a relationship where an injustice has occurred, or a betrayal has occurred, or someone's acted in an inappropriate way, you know, this could be the workings behind the reasoning why they did that. Or it could just be showing, you know, the two different sides of the situation. This is the side of the Empress who's had their heart broken but is just on the mend. But this is the person who's not taken it very well, and they're actually thinking about lashing out or getting back at the person. They feel like an injustice has been has occurred. Or this could be the same person who, while at the same time they're licking their wounds and they're trying to get better again, they still have a feeling or a desire to lash out, and balancing that out. So this could be a read for the other person as well as for you, wherever you feel that you want to go, or the situation itself. So I would say that is enough to let you know whether you know that this is your reading. Again, highly linked to pile number 1. Hopefully pile number 3 will be different. Oh my gosh. Usually all 3 piles are very, very different, but this time 1 and 2 are very linked. So let's just go straight into the first question. Hopefully this read is for you. And we'll just continue on. Okay, so this first question is, what is the universe moving around for you in order to create space? Or who is the universe moving around for you in order to create space? So let's just see what comes out and go from there. Because again, this is a very different read. And I'm just going to shuffle that one more time. Tower reversed, 3 of Pentacles. It could have been, yeah, definitely like a betrayal where perhaps someone, you know, chose something or someone over the other person. Yeah, they could have chosen a career over the other person. They could have chosen addiction. There could have been that in the way. So let's just see what comes out and go from there. What or how is the universe moving around? Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. So there's stagnant energy, a lot of stagnant energy. It's moving the energy at the moment. So that's why there is this period of isolation where you're having time to think about what action you want to take. Something the universe is actually, it's sort of almost like divine intervention, because that is certainly what 𝒂𝒂𝒕, the snake, represents. It's a transitional period where the universe has made it so, I'm just going to take a drink, made it so the momentum towards, for example, wanting to take action in a negative way, something has gotten in the way of making that happen in some way, shape or form. Or that behavior, divine intervention has made it so that behavior can no longer continue. I'll get some more on that. But it just feels like there was action in a certain direction and that's been stopped in its tracks. It was momentum, and so, you know, that is definitely reflective of a breakup, and perhaps a very sudden one where you're like, whoa, what the hell? And fresh, Magician. Okay. Yep, the universe. Okay. The universe is definitely stopping the momentum in a certain direction. In doing that, that is creating a metamorphosis into something new. The 8 of Cups especially in the reversal, I see the Eight of Cups reversed as finding a deeper meaning in life and going through a dark night of the soul. This is an opportunity to level up like you've never leveled up before. Or if this is a reading for the other person in pile 1, that's what they're going through or what they were going through. This is difficult energy. It's difficult energy to channel and talk about. But this is where everything gets stripped away and you're left with only yourself to look at. That includes your shadows. That includes the uncomfortable parts of yourself that you didn't want to look at, but you've been forced to look at. Perhaps someone has put a mirror up to your behavior and you can actually see, like, perhaps you, or if this is a reading for someone else, acted in a certain way and they didn't get the reaction that they were hoping for or that they were thinking of. And because of that, they're now forced to actually look at their own actions. They can't blame you for their actions. It's clear that they were in the wrong, whether they get caught out or whether you act in, because this person here acts in integrity. This person, not so much, or it's much more difficult for them to do that. But this opportunity for them has been an opportunity for them to actually step up and make a different choice this time. Do I still act in the old ways that were so familiar to me, where it was just easier to lash out? An example of this would be someone who's caught out in a lie. Do you actually go, you know what, I'm going to admit to that lie and say sorry and, and deal with the repercussions? Or am I going to get defensive and, cover it with another lie? Am I going to continue working on my old patterning? Or am I going to look at that patterning? So perhaps this person here has held up a mirror and actually maybe called them on it or caught them out on it. And instead of that person lashing out at this person, they haven't. They've actually gone, you know what, I'm just going to heal myself. And that person's gone, well, they're not giving me anything to retaliate with or be defensive about. I'm actually this person here saying, I'm actually being forced to look at my own shit. Yes, I've been lying. For example, it could be any multitude of things, but I'm just using the lying example. And I know I'm lying. And I just admitted that, how ridiculous a lie that would be when I was trying to cover for my lie. And now I'm actually going, well, it was ridiculous what I did. I'm now actually seeing it. This person has been given a different perspective of their behavior that has taken them out of their old programming in a way, and they're being given an opportunity to now act in a different way. If anyone is going to forgive, it's the Empress. So perhaps this has happened within a relationship where one person's completely fucked up, whatever. And they're now actually been given the opportunity to start anew and become someone better as a result, because they've now seen their behavior. And it's actually really difficult for them. Really, really difficult for them. So this is a time where they're figuring that out. Their whole way of being and reacting in these types of situations is now changed because they're now seeing it and they know how wrong it is. And now they get an opportunity to actually, it's a time where they're doing the shadow work. Perhaps on their own. I don't think you would know about it. Or if you're this person, you're the one doing the shadow work, because perhaps we've all got shadow sides. We've all got aspects of ourselves where we don't act in the highest integrity because we get triggered because we have belief systems that were ingrained within us when we were really little that no longer serve us, and we just act on impulse, and it's like shit, and then you regret what you've done. It's like, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. That really hurt that person, and I feel so bad about that. What can I do to change now? What aspect of myself is actually causing this, and how can I change that within myself so I don't act like that again, so I don't lash out like that again? How can I work on myself? And I would say that this behavior, something happened to stop that behavior in its track. It got called out or found out, or it actually did hurt someone, and it's that pain that it caused this beautiful person that made this person go, holy crap. That's what my behavior does. That's what it does to this person. No, I can't do that. I can't hurt a beautiful person like that. That just shows that I'm an absolute prick. I don't want to be that. I want to be someone different. So in order to do that, I have to look at my shadows. This is a dark night of the soul for this person. So it just feels like majority of people who would be attracted to this read is probably this Empress person. And this is a read on just giving you some information about what's going on in the mind of this person, or what's going on in the mind of this person now as a result of hurting this person here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit more information on this person here. It's going to be a very busy read. I might shuffle and shot. Okay. Yeah, this person is actively, and I saw the Tower come out reversed just before as well. So that's come out twice. It was either when I was shuffling or I think it was when I was cutting the cards. I saw it then. So this person here is actively focusing purely on mending their own heart. And they know how to do it. If anyone can do it, it's the Empress. And as a result of whatever it is that's happened. So they're actually recovering from it. They're no stranger to heartbreak. They know how to move through it. They've done the shadow work, not a problem at all. This person's doing the shadow work and actually attempting it, which is pretty amazing. But, in the past, they have not been very nice at all, and they've actually hurt probably a few people in their actions. Okay. All right, so the universe is giving, because this is what the question was, what the universe is moving around for you is giving you space and time to do the healing in the best way that you know how. This person's doing it by nurturing themselves and just putting 100% focus on themselves and doing them, basically. They're moving through this incredibly well. They're liberating themselves as a result of this. They've done the shadow work. They're all good. This person is going through the dark night of the soul. And this same situations happen to both of you, but there's different growth opportunities available, completely different growth opportunities. This is a more advanced soul. This person is, and it's just a part of the process. This person here was where this person was at some stage. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's done something that they later regret and then looked at themselves. How can I change so I don't do this again, so I don't hurt someone again? Everyone's gone through it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that here. So this is an interesting, this reading's turning out the next question was how or where will you see evidence of this happening, or who or what to look out for. I'll get it, but you're already going through it. So let's just see. Let's just see what comes out. And this is going to be for both of you now. Okay, so who or where you see, both of you see evidence of this. Oh God, that just flew right out. Okay, yeah, it's obvious it's over. It's definitely over. Let's put that there. Hopefully you can see it. So the evidence is it's ended, but it was supposed to have ended. And it has inspired both of you. And it's interesting that Eight of Wands is upright here as an underlying for the evidence, and it's reversed for how the universe is moving things around. It had to stop a flow of one direction in order to move a flow in another direction. You've got 4 8s here. The only minor arcanas, except for the 5, are 8s. So there is a lot of energy. This is a huge, huge, impactful time of your life and experience that you're both moving through. It has a lot of energy. You've got a lot of universal energies working in this because it's so important for both of you. I think it was actually more important for this person because the growth opportunity that they're embracing, that they're looking at, they're absolutely embracing this, can actually make the change required for them to actually become a better person, to actually level up. They have a better or bigger opportunity to level up in a more quantum leap way than this person, because this person's already done it. This person here is just fine tuning it, but there's still a lot of energy going into making this happen. And I think both of you are going to be very successful at it. It's just going to be harder for this person. So there's a lot of energy going into up leveling and growing, and a lot of motivation to do so. Awesome. That's really, really good. I'm glad I actually picked that. I wasn't going to. Okay. So how close is this from becoming a fully manifested reality? Again, now these questions are sort of almost redundant, but because what you're working towards is becoming the best version of you can be, and making this be a successful conclusion where you actually look back at it and going, you know what, this is a very pivotal moment of my life where I did the most amount of growing. Yeah, it hurt, but it also motivated me into changing and becoming an even more powerful and better person. Highly linked to pile number 1. And I just feel like one more shuffle on this one. Okay. So how close it is it to manifesting? We'll see what comes out before I say anything. Because it's just more energy at the moment. Okay, so that's the 8 of Swords. Oh, bad with Roman numerals. Yeah, 8 of Swords reversed. So the 8 of Swords speaks about a self-imposed prison, but it being reversed is liberating yourself from that. Same with the Tower. It's a Tower reversed. It's a liberation as a result of this stress. There's a lot of stress that this situation has caused. But with this question being, how close is this from becoming a manifested reality? Very close. And it's all in energy. It's all happening in your mindset at the moment. I'll just get another card. Okay. Definitely liberate. Oh, Tree of Life. My God. This is so, so, so important. This is about liberating you from your own self-imposed prison. With the Devil card, it does indicate control, and it feels like there is external control. But the only reason why something externally can have control over you is because you believe it does. The moment you go, nope, you no longer have control over me, it loses its power and it loses its control. And this is the biggest lesson that this opportunity is providing for you to learn, and not learn, but know and understand and experience and really get it. And this person, the control is like with both of you, is, like I said, the control is just the illusion of being controlled or being controlling. This person definitely has a lot of issues with control, and they feel like they need to be in control in order to have control. This person has control over themselves. That's why they're moving through this process incredibly well. Another example of this is you and someone else who have both lost someone, and you're both dealing with it in a very different way. You're good at grieving, they're not. It could be that. So what this is, like, how close it is to becoming a manifested reality depends on how you feel this situation is controlling you, or how you feel you are in control of yourself despite the situation. And getting to that point where you feel like the situation sucks, it's not a very nice situation, but you'll know that you've actually mastered this lesson when you feel in control of you despite the pain, despite the situation, despite what's happened. A longer road for this person, because what the manifested reality is and what the universe is trying to orchestrate for you is to learn this, to learn to have control over your own mind and understand that no matter what happens in the external reality, you don't have to let that dictate how you feel. Nothing in the external reality has control over you. Everything happens in the mind. So you could lose your house, lose your relationship, lose your job, and still go, you know what? Yes, that sucks. It's an uncomfortable situation, and I'm just going to allow that discomfort to be there, but that doesn't mean it can rule or dictate how I feel or how I think about it. It does not determine or have control over my direction in my future or where I'm going to head. I'm taking control. I'm going to dominate that feeling and go, okay, you can be there, because it's just going to take time to move through that emotion. That's fine. That's understandable. But I'm going to take charge here. I'm in control. Not this other person, not this situation, me or you. You're in control here. And that is what the biggest lesson is here for both of you. To realize that this situation, and it's really dark, heavy energy, whatever this loss is, whatever this betrayal is, it's dark, heavy energy. And again, highly linked to pile number 1. But the growth, like the bigger the contrast or the heavier the energy, the bigger the growth opportunity is. Just go back in your mind to a situation where you move through something equally as challenging or equally as uncomfortable. And then look at what you learned from that and the person you became as a result of it or despite it. That same opportunity is available to you, but this is way bigger than anything that you've gone through. The opportunity for growth is more apparent now for this. And in a way, you can look at this situation and be grateful for it because of that, because of how you're going to grow. You're in the midst of it at the moment, so it might not be easy to see. You're still grappling with taking back control over your mind, because your mind wants to go in the direction of mourning or healing or wanting retribution or getting angry or resentful for the situation. That's what's really in your energy at the moment. But the potential for growing and up-leveling is huge. This was always meant to happen. It's part of your blueprint. As a soul, you came here and said, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through exactly this, because this is why you came here, to learn this. Like, you wonder why the meaning of life is, what the meaning of life is. Like, why did I even incarnate here? This is why, to learn this. And I hate saying lesson, growth opportunity, which is to master your own mind, free and liberate yourself from the chains of your limiting belief systems, of the belief systems of society, of how you should behave in any sort of situation, and really develop that relationship with yourself again. This person here is focused on liberating themselves. They've done it before. They've done the shadow work. They don't need to do that. They know how to heal that, know how to move on. And that's what this person's doing. So just mastering and fine-tuning that. But this is the ultimate test of that. With this person, they're actually being given a mirror and realize they actually have to do that shadow work. They have to level up. This person's been forced to, in some way, shape, or form, to level up. And they're doing it. There's energy available to it and to do it, and they are doing it. Okay, so let's have a look at a glimpse of how this will look once manifested. So the manifestation in this case is the growth opportunity being embraced and taking control over the mind, even though it is a difficult situation, and coming out of it going stronger and going, you know what, I can get through anything. If I can get through this, I can get through anything. I know how to move through this, and I am now in control of my own mind. No one else controls my mind or what I think or the way I think. I do. And coming into the full realization of that. So I'm just going to move all these up because I'm just going to run out of room. Otherwise, let's move that up there. So many 8s. Okay, and let's move that there. Okay. So a glimpse into how this is going to look once you've taken control over it. Okay, Page of Swords. You're going to get a new idea. Okay, all right, perfect. And this goes for both of you. And I'll just check that that's in shot. Not quite. I'm going to have to move that up a bit. Oh no, they can stay there. That's all right. Okay. So you're going to get a new idea. You're going to be moving forward on a new quest, both of you. The Ten of Wands reversed is, for me, it feels, because the Ten of Wands on its own is a feeling of being completely overwhelmed and overburdened, and it's just too much, and you just want to give up. And that's certainly the energy of whatever this situation is. So overwhelming, so hard, and you're thinking, how the hell can I get through this? And you're probably thinking, I can't. You're probably at sometimes, especially this person, going, no, I can't do this. I can't move through this, especially if it's overcoming an addiction. For example, you know, that can be really, really tough, or moving on from a trauma bond. Both people in that situation, there is a connection, and it's really hard for both people to move on. The person who created the trauma and the person who, like, you know, the narcissist empath type dynamic, it is very difficult to break those cords and break those ties and move on. It takes quite a long time, and I've been through it myself. It's really, really difficult when there's a trauma bond. That this is a perfect example of that. And you actually think, I'm never going to get over this person. I'm always going to be connected to them. I'm just going to have to accept that. The moment you accept that, that's when the connection starts to break away. It's interesting. It is so paradoxical how that works, where you accept the connection is there. You know, usually with a trauma bond, there's a past life, especially with the Tree of Life here. There's a past life karmic situation that you're both working out. But in this lifetime is when you get it. This is the lifetime you both get it. This never has to happen again. You never have to have another incarnation where you experience this with each other. This person, if they don't get it, they might experience it again in another lifetime with someone else, though, because this person has got it. It's just mastering it. So I'd see with the Ten of Wands reversed is you're reeling from it, but you're actually realizing, I can actually do this. I got through this. I actually got through. This is a glimpse into how it will look once manifested. So once you get this, once you really get this growth opportunity, you're going to go, wow, I can move through that. If I can actually come out the other side of a trauma bond, for example, I can get through anything. If I can get through the other side of mourning the loss of the love of my life, you know, if it is someone that has passed away, I can get through anything. It's going to be that realization that you actually overcome something that you originally found insurmountable. That is going to be the biggest lesson. And that's actually what you came here to realize, your power to move through the densest of energies and come out the other side. And not just come out the other side, but come out the other side stronger and more powerful and more capable than ever. This is really tough energy, but the opportunity for growth is just amazing, and it is the reason why you came here. Okay, so how you can best support the universe at this time through this orchestration process. So it'll be, you know, how you can best move through these energies or learn from them, I guess. Interesting reading. Far out. But everyone goes through this. Everyone. If you're human, you're going through it, or you've gone through it. It's a normal... Okay, I'm going to shuffle that again. It's a normal thing to go through. It's part of being human, actually. But this is the most significant. Like at the end of your life, you'll go, like if you were to look back and go, what was the most impactful time of my life, this would be it. Okay. So how you can best support this orchestration process, how you can best support the universe at this time. There it is. These are slippery. Okay. Okay, I don't want to take the back of that deck because we're running out of room. Grow together. Interesting. Here and now. Okay. I do have another deck, so hopefully I'll find some space for that. Okay. So this could be... It could be you're still together, yet you're growing and growing through this growth opportunity together, but you're doing it separately. I know that sounds weird because this is happening in the mental realms. You're both being up-leveled, and it could be that you're still together, and this is absolutely happening right now. This is what you can do together, is to grow together. Advice could be talk about what you're going through with each other. Talk about how the struggles that you're going through as a result of this situation that happened that both broke your heart. Understand that you're both moving through it in your own way, but you're both moving through it. You're both having this opportunity to upskill and up-level on a soul level. This is what your soul chose. Both your souls chose. And you're on this journey together. Even the understanding of that can help. And can help aid the universe as well. So it could be that you're still in the relationship, but it could be that you've broken up. And that is a relationship. Or if someone's passed, there's that separation there. But just because someone's passed doesn't mean they're still not evolving and still growing with you. So you're both having a challenging opportunity, weird using those two words together, to become the best version of yourself that you can be, and realizing that that's actually why you came here. In the here and now, you're both doing it at the same time. And that understanding that you're both going through something, it's not just you going through it, the other person's going through it as well. And understanding that it's just a growth opportunity and a soul evolution process that you're both going through, that will help. That will help both you and the universe. You are part of the universe. So if you help you are inadvertently helping the universe. So that's how you can both support this process. Or just how you can support this process by understanding that they're going through their own process. You know, the villain has their place in the creation process. The villain provides the contrast necessary to make life uncomfortable for you, to give you the motivation and encourage you to actually make the changes that you need to make in order to become the person that you need to become. It's all part of the process. We're all just playing our part. That was a mouthful. All right. And just a message from the universe, an additional message from the universe, or any advice. Okay. Such a different reading. Okay. Become the elixir. Let your glow do the heavy lifting. Okay, and you've won the lottery. And, you know, I'm feeling compelled to put this right next to the tree of life here. Because this is, like I said, the best growth opportunity that you could possibly ask for. Make room for wonderment. You get this, your life is going to change on a quantum level. Again, this is quantum leaping stuff. Embrace this opportunity. Become the elixir. Turn this pain into power. Alchemize this pain into power. Let your glow do the heavy lifting, especially this person here. When you get in touch with your heart and honor being honest with yourself as well as the other person, and respecting yourself as well as the other person, that is your glow. That is, believe it or not, what is going to help you most through this. I feel like I want to get, I don't really feel like I want to get it on this, but on this one, 50. Just have a look at what you become the elixir, because I'm curious. This wonderful elixir of light is the thing that actually connects the immaterial with the material, which is very much the 8 of Cups. That connects the cosmic to the plain, everyday existence that we try to live in. You've had a life-altering experiences. Absolutely, this is life-altering. 100% life-altering. You've learned libraries worth of knowledge and are now incalculably wealthy, both spiritually and otherwise. It probably feels selfish to keep all this life-affirming wisdom to yourself. You've learnt so much. Both of you have learnt so much about yourselves and about how you respond to life, and looking at your shadows and your mind and taking control over that. That is wisdom. If you could, through osmosis, you would transmit the contents of your journey, every experience, trial, and reward to every person you meet. And yet, if you share when uninvited, your gifts will fall upon deaf ears, which this person, like, I think if you were to talk about how you're perceiving and moving through this with this person, they're not there yet. They won't be able to hear it. Honor the wisdom you've learned, or you've earned and learned, while honoring the people in your circle of life by remembering that you are the elixir. You are the elixir for this person as well. You're the one who provided the mirror for this person to make some changes as well. And that is the best gift you could ever give anyone. Seriously. Like, that is, this person's soul would see it as an absolute honor to have learnt this lesson with you. Or with this person. I don't know which one you're resonating with. Okay. Without having a say, a word, or do a single thing, you are the medicine, blessing, and presence that soothes the hearts, minds, and souls of all you meet. You are steeped in the elixir, that you do the work simply by being, becoming, and showing up. Yeah. So this person is a way shower for this person. This person is showing this person how grieving is done, and showing this person how you do have control over your mind. Showing this person first that they're not in control of their own mind, especially when they react like that. They're not in control, their mind is. And what this person has done is given them a mirror to let them know, oh my God, I can see now how I've been acting, and seeing that I actually don't have control over myself. How do I get control? Because they have it. I want it. And now they're on their path to actually taking that control back over their mind. Once they have control over their mind, they're never going to want to control someone else again. This person is completely changing that person's life. This person is giving them an opportunity to master it like no other person. This person here is a light in this earth. I would say it's a starseed, someone who had their heart broken, has their own lessons to learn as well, but just master it and level up. And this person is knowing that it can be done because they're seeing this person do it. It is the biggest opportunity for both of you, whether you're growing through it together, whether you're still in the relationship and you're still leveling up together at the same time, but in a different way, or you're just growing together on a soul level because you came here and you decided to do that. And you decided to do exactly that. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to tune in and just get any final channeled messages. Just give me a second. See if this is all in short. Yep. I don't think there's much communication on this. There's a communication blockage while the heart is being healed. I feel, or it feels like you're going through this in your own way, separate to each other. Whether you're still currently in a relationship with each other or not, or currently in each other's life or not, it's been done. It's like a solo journey. And the perspectives and the realities of these two different people, very, very different. But the learning is the same. The growth opportunity is to be the master of your own mind, of that domain, of the domain of the mind, and liberate yourself from its control. Because no matter the external representation of what you think control is, or what you think has been controlling you, or what you think is the reason for heartbreak or lack or any negative experience in your life, everything happens in your mind. Your response to it or your reaction to it happens in your mind. If you can master and become the dominant presence and consciousness in your mind, you can master anything that happens to you. It's your response to it that dictates your future. You can choose to let your limiting belief systems put you in a state of fear or lack, and then you will operate from that state of fear or lack. You will make choices from that state of fear or lack, and then experience the consequences of those choices. Or you can dominate your mind. Take some time out to think about how you're going to respond to this situation, how you're going to respond to this person. And you're going to consciously think about, what is the win-win? What will the outcome be if I make this choice, if I say this thing, if I send this text? Do I want to? Is it worth it? Or do I want to choose? You have a choice in this space. When you dominate your mind and you have conscious control, you have more choices available to you as to how you're going to act, how you're going to respond. When the mind's in control, especially when you don't even realize your mind, this person's now realized that they weren't in control of their own mind. They thought they were, but they're not. And that's what this person's realizing. The most valuable lesson you could ever learn, to realize that. Because then you realize you have control. And it is possible. It might not feel like it's possible to actually regain that control, especially for this person. But it is possible because this person's seeing this person do it. The most valuable lesson, to first realize you do have control and you can have control. And then at the other end of the scale, realizing that you're master of it, an absolute master, realizing that nothing in the future now could ever phase you. Temporarily, maybe, but it's never going to dictate the terms of your life or your actions. You are in complete control of your future now, especially this person here, complete control of the universe, interesting, of their life and their future moving forward. Because this is a really difficult situation to move through. A very difficult, like the betrayal or the sense of loss or the grief that you're moving through is huge. It's a big thing. Very, very big thing. Very big energy. Most people would crumple under this pressure. Most people. But both of you are actually making the conscious choice to take control over your mind and decide how you're going to act. Think it through. And that is going to change your life. It's going to tune into this person here. This person has had a very difficult upbringing, and the limiting belief systems have been harder to move through and break from. And that's why it's taking a little bit longer. They haven't been given the tools. They haven't been shown that it's possible. Now they have been shown it's possible. And they are doing the most courageous thing they could possibly do, and actually do the shadow work. And they're motivated to do that, to actually look and see where their mind has controlled them and actually take back that control. So they're taking on a task. And this person needs to feel for this person, because it's not easy. And this person's been there. They know how difficult it is. Just try quitting smoking if you've been smoking for 20 years, and try quitting that addiction and know how hard that is. Times that by 100 is what this person's going through. Really, really difficult to break from, especially lifelong belief systems, generational belief systems that's been passed down from generation to generation. We're both breaking that. Both people like this and people like that. Everyone is getting the opportunity in this lifetime, in the here and now, to break that and show people that it's possible by doing it in the here and now. We are becoming the elixir to show people that it can be done, and that we can take control and regain control of our own minds and our own life, no matter what structure or people or energy around us or manifestation around us is happening. We can still take control. Nothing, no government, no person, no family member, no external situation, nothing has control over us. And that's what these two people, especially, but everyone at the moment in life, in the here and now, we're all learning that. To break free of the conditioning of our own minds, from the social pressures, from the environment, from the culture that we're brought up in, from the media, from everything that we've been exposed to up until now, telling us who we should be and determining how we should act or react in any given situation. And now, through this situation, you're getting the opportunity to go, you know what, I don't have to react that way. I can actually act a different way. It is actually possible. Doing whatever you need to do that. Okay, so I'll just see if there's anything else. Both of you have got this. Even this person here, highly motivated to do it. And even if they do nothing else, just seeing that their mind had control over them is a major, major breakthrough. And you're both now moving forward in life with a brand spanking new perspective that will only serve you. Once this is manifested, you're going to realize that you can overcome anything. And you have control and power over your own mind. And I feel if I were to continue, I'd just be repeating myself. But it is a very difficult energy. You were here to realize exactly this, and you've both done it. And you've both done it incredibly well, considering what's brought you to this point and where you were prior to this event as to where you are now with your perspective. A huge shift has occurred. Huge. It's a quantum leap that you've both made from completely different ends of the spectrum, but a quantum leap has been made, and you're both now taking control over your mind. This person's mastered it, or in the process of realizing that they have mastered it. This person's in the process of realizing that it's possible to master it, and they can take control over their own mind. And prior to now, they weren't. That realization is just, it's like a golden nugget, a big ass nugget. It is just the biggest prize. That's winning the lottery. Knowing that the mind has been in control of you, and then realizing that you can flip it and you can take control, and then mastering it, that's like winning the lottery. That's what every soul has come to earth to do, to actually liberate themselves from the enslavement of their own minds and their own conditioning. And you're both doing that. So that's just amazing. Like, you know, I just sort of, if I could see the universe doing these, clapping, you know, it's going, well done. Really, really cool. It's tough energy to move through, but you're both doing it, and you're both doing it incredibly well. And I see nothing but success as a result of it, because you're going to be in control over your own mind. So next time something comes up, you're going to go, nah, I'm in control here. I'm going to choose how to respond to this situation, because I know I can do it, because I've gotten through this before. I can do this now. You've got nothing on me. You can't control me. I control me. I control my own mind. And I'm going to determine which way I'm going to go now. And I'm going to do it for the win-win. I'm going to do it in acting in the most state of integrity, honesty, and respect for myself first and foremost, and for everyone else involved. It's just a vital, vital growth opportunity that you're both learning and embracing and doing incredibly well. Oh, okay. I don't think that's it. I think there's a little bit more. Rise to the challenge. Don't strike. Now's not the time. Now's the time to spend time with your mind, nurturing your mind and taking control over your mind. Now's not the time to take action. Now's the time to allow the energy of the universe to work through you to do this shadow work. That's what this time is about. Or the shadow work on this side, or on this time, at this side, the time is to really realize that you've mastered this and you've got it, and where this is going for you. This is what this time is offering for you at this time. Like, now's not the time for action. Now's the time for shadow work and introversion and learning these lessons and growth opportunity, because it is so, so important. So important. Yeah, this is the key moment in your life, in this incarnation, the key moment, the keystone, the cornerstone of your life. So don't underestimate how important this relationship is and what you've learned as a result of it. And be grateful for the opportunity to do that and level up in this way. Okay, now that's done. Woo. Well, thank you very much for listening all the way through to the end. So if you liked it, please like, share, subscribe, all of that. Leave a comment. Let me know how it resonated. If you've got any other ideas about any reads you'd like me to do, feel free to put a comment in there, and or send me an email. I'll absolutely do that for you. But until next week, when I do my next read, I'll say bye. Thank you. Hey, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. And if you chose this tile, yes, it's a penis, is the tile is called Min, M-I-N, and it's the god of fertility. And it's interesting, I usually read these tiles like that or like that. But, you know, it didn't come out like that. It came out right upright. So this is an area of life, because this is what this is referring to. An area of life, I'm going to stop playing with it because that's just weird. An area of life. See, like, it's making me feel all giggly and flirty. Where possibly you've come out of a state of seclusion, or, you know, something where you've been on your own, and now you just want to go out and you want to celebrate. Someone, like, this is about sexuality, it's about fertility. And if, like, you're feeling like you know you want to have sex, or you're amorous, or you're in a good mood, it's because you're in a good mood. It's because things are going well. If things weren't going well in your life, you wouldn't be inclined to want to do that sort of stuff. You wouldn't be inclined to want to pleasure yourself or do things that make you feel good. You wouldn't be. It's a very fertile energy. It's like you want to go out and you want to experience the pleasures of life, whether that be with other people or with yourself. And, you know, just nurturing yourself as well. It doesn't have to be sexual, this tile. So I would say, because this is representing an area of your life, so you're at a stage of life where you're just wanting to have fun. You're wanting to maybe even plant some seeds. You know, you're wanting to go out and experience life and have fun life and with life, and just experience the pleasure that this world has to offer. And that's what the universe is actually working with you on, and absolutely 100% wanting to do that, because you are part of the universe. If you're enjoying yourself, your universe is enjoying yourself. So it's interesting that pile 1 and pile 2, it feels like it's been a progression. Normally when I do 3 reads, they're completely separate reads, but this seems to have evolved into almost like a story, and where pile 1 and pile 2 is sort of where you've come from. Now you've liberated yourself from the past and any pains of the past, and now you're going, you know what, I just want to do me. I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy life. And it could be to, you know, take, whether you're with someone or not, like if you're with someone, you might want to take your sexual prowess in bed to another level. You might want to try different things, or you want to try different things to pleasure each other, do different things that make, that spice up the relationship. You know, it could be, you know, water skiing together, I don't know, doing things that pleasure both of you, not just in the bedroom or out of the bedroom, wherever you want to do it, but in other areas of your life as well. It's all about pleasure. It's all about doing things that making you feel good and celebrating life, celebrating your body and looking after your body. It's about being abundant, fertile, and indulging in the pleasures of the body, and also indulging in the pleasures of the spirit. Whatever turns you on, whatever does it for you, is where you're moving towards in your life at the moment. So I'll just have a look at what this card as well. Adjacent possibilities, but it's reversed. I think this is a possibility that you've not considered before. This is new, to actually put your pleasure first. It's something that you've not done before. So whatever you're coming out of, what you're liberating yourself out of, was a period where you possibly might have thought, I have to put everyone else first in order to be deemed a good person. And then when I'm deemed a good person and I'm deeming myself a good person, then I can pleasure myself, as long as I put everyone else first. But now you're going, nah, bugger that. Why? You know, I want to enjoy life. I want to put my pleasure first. And then, of course, the pleasure of other people. It's always a win-win when you're in that state. So I think it's something that you've either just recently been considering, or you've never considered before, or you're doing it now and it's completely new to you. It could be that you're single and you just want to play the field for a while. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, practice safe sex, all of that. But it could be you just wanting to enjoy the pleasures of life. You just want to go gallivanting around the world. You want to go on, you know, a long trek somewhere, do something that is just purely for the pleasure of it, because it's going to stimulate you. It's going to stimulate you on a mental level, spiritual level, emotional level, and physical level. And it's fertile with just the abundance of life. And you just want the adventure. That is what is driving you at the moment. And that is what the universe is actually orchestrating or working with you to do, that, encouraging you to do. It's very liberating. It's very freeing, just to do it for the pure fun and excitement of it, for the adventure. You're just going on it because it's going to be fun and you're going to enjoy it, and everyone that you're doing it with will enjoy it too. Possibly you don't know how you're going to express that yet, or who you're going to do that with, or where you're going to go, or it's a possibility that you've just never considered before. But I would say that there's several different ways that you can express this energy, and it's not just through sex. It's just through anything that actually gives you pleasure and that is fertile. It can actually lead to something else. It can lead, like an adventure is, you go there and you do that and you do that and you do that, and there's so much fun to be had. Just look at a child playing or children playing. You know, there's just so much fun to be had. They're living in the moment. They're just, you know, letting it happen as it may. They're just enjoying the moment as they want to. That's what this is about. It's about enjoying life, you know, in your own unique way, and just doing it purely for the fun of it. You don't have to be responsible for anyone else. you know, like you could be retired and you just want to go around the world and enjoy that just because it feels good. You don't have to be beholden to any kids or any job or anything like that. You're just doing it because it feels good. Or, you know, you're wanting to take, if you're taking the sex example, you've been in a relationship for a while, you want to take that to the next level, do something different, spice it up in some way. Again, if you're single, you might want to, you know, or you want to explore it yourself. You want to explore, you know, different, because sometimes, you know, well, all the time, especially with sex, your mind has a very big part of it. It's not just your body involved in that. So maybe you want to go different ways with your mind. Another example of this is how to manifest with sex energy, or sex magic it's called. And the way you do that, and this might be left of center, but it is an option that, you know, that maybe you want to consider with this, is when you're just about to have your orgasm, you're actually thinking about what it is that you want to create. And whenever you have the orgasm, a whole lot of energy is expressed, and you want to direct that energy into something so you can actually create sexual creativity. I can't remember what it's called. It doesn't really matter, but it's just about how you're directing that energy. If you want to direct that energy into anything, like if you want to get a new car, think about having an orgasm in the car. You know, you can actually redirect that as you're having that, or even while you're actually building up to the orgasm. Just think about it. You know, just think about your new car or a new house that you want to. Just think about doing it in the new house or something like that. So that's an opportunity, an adjacent possibility that you possibly haven't thought of with regards to sex and its role in your life, and liberating yourself. Don't be afraid to ask your partner what you want. Maybe you haven't explored that. Role play, anything that you want to liberate it. Also, a different perspective of sex that you haven't had before, or a different perspective of pleasuring yourself. And pleasuring yourself could just be making something yummy and pleasuring your body and honoring your body like that. Doing exercise makes you feel good. And that's actually what is serving your body. There's so many different aspects and different ways you can do this, but the core of this in your life is you're wanting to put yourself first. You're wanting to put your pleasure first, and you're looking at different ways, but you still potentially haven't seen outlets for that. So maybe this, and that's what the universe is working with you at the moment, is to actually show how this energy can be directed, because you're just wanting to enjoy life right now. That's it. You're just wanting to have fun with life now, and you're wanting to put yourself first. You're done with the old struggles in life. You're done with all of that. It's over with. Now you're putting yourself first, and it's all about excitement and having fun in life. So if that sounds like you and your situation, let's put this penis over there. Isn't it weird? I have permission to say the word penis in my reading. And adjacent possibilities. So let's just explore that. And we'll say what or who the universe is moving around for you in order to create space for this. So this could be like a what. We'll see. We'll just see what comes up. What's the universe moving around? How's the universe orchestrating energies around this situation for you? So what's been moved around for you? There it is, and that one as well. Okay, so something has had to end. Okay, I might just put that over there. I don't know why I want to put that over there. Something very separate. So something has had to end. Some sort of collaboration with other people has had to end, where you've actually had to give up on something. So something has been moved out of your life in order for this to happen. And you've moved on to, like, this is sort of the grass is greener, and moving away from a painful situation. So a separation has definitely occurred, whether that be with, you know, you've retired, or you've quit your job, or there's a separation with a relationship, and you've moved on. So this is either a reading for someone who is newly single, or has a new lease on life, or something has ended in order for this new thing to begin, and you're embracing it, but you don't know how it's going to look just yet. You don't know which direction you want to take in this, but it's very, very positive. It's very joyful energy. It's very, I'm ready to have this adventure. I'm ready now to go on this adventure. I've left the past behind me, and it's no longer, but it's a recent thing, whatever it is. Like, you've given up on something. You try to be a certain person or be a certain way, or continue with a job or continue with a relationship, and it just wasn't working. So you gave up. You gave up on it, and you ended that collaboration with someone. So, and you've moved on, and you've successfully moved on. So now let's move forward. So what the universe has now finished doing is moving someone out of your life. So now, and the universe has literally created space for you to go to your new destination, but you're not quite there yet. But you're like, yep, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this looks for me and what experiences that I'm going to have. Awesome energy. Okay, so let's have a look at now how or where will you see evidence of this happening. So what is it you can look out for to know that you've got it? Your desire, which is to, you've got your adventure. How will you know that, yep, this is the adventure for me. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Oh, that come out. Oh my God. Now, I'm putting that under there because the sun and Min and the penis, they just go so well together. Highly energetic, success, recognition, and enthusiasm. Very, very positive, very, very warm. It's just going to have a sense of yes about it. It's going to be 100% clear. You're going to know it. You're absolutely going to know. I'm going to get some more. You're going to know it when you see it. And what's that one? King of Earth, prosperous, generous, and successful. So, and I'll just get this. Okay. It's going to be like the King of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting energy. Saying, how will you see evidence of this happening? What to look out for? When you see something like the King of Pentacles reverse can be someone who feels entitled to something that they're actually not really entitled to. And it could be when you feel liberated, when you have an example of when someone who feels entitled to you and you go, nah, that doesn't feel good. I'm going to choose something else. It's something that you used to think you wanted, especially since I put that there. And you're going to go, I actually don't want that. And that's going to be when you know you've successfully liberated yourself from this energy. So potentially maybe an ex might come back, whoever that is might come back and might actually try to come back and reignite your old patterning. And you're going to realize, I don't want that. That is not my wish. I don't want that. That's how you know that you're there. That's what's going to solidify your belief that, yep, I'm ready. I'm ready now for this life. And this being upright and not down, it just sort of feels like you're in that transitionary period, especially with the adjacent possibilities in the reverse there. You still don't know which direction you're going in. This is fresh. Whatever you've left is fresh. It's only just happened and you've only just given up on it. So how you know that you're going to be in that energy where that's it, I'm definitely choosing me, I'm choosing my pleasure first, is when this person tries to come back and feeling that they are entitled to you and they might try and push all the right buttons, whatever, and you're going to go, nah, I don't want that. I know I don't want that anymore. And that's going to be where you're going to go, nah, I'm good, I'm done. Now I can truly move on. That's what's going to turn this around, and the adjacent possibilities are going to start to then reveal themselves to you. That's how you're going to know when old energy tries to come back, because the universe sometimes does that. When you feel that you've moved on, the universe is going to go, let's just see about that. Let's just prove like that. It does it because it's old energy that wants to play itself out, but it's also an opportunity for you to go, actually, I don't want that. That has no appeal to me whatsoever. Now this proves to me I've changed. My belief systems are different. My perspective on life and how I want to treat myself first and allow other people to treat me is different now. And that's what's going to prove it to you. You're going to go, nah. And that's going to feel so successful and so sexful. And that is what's going to realize that you can move forward and put your own pleasure first, because you're doing that by saying no to this person. And that's awesome evidence. And I'm going to take a drink because this is my third read and my voice starts to go. All right, tarot dreams. How close is this realization to becoming a manifested reality, where you're going to experience pleasuring, doing things for the sheer pleasure of it, experience sexually, experience yourself sexually, or experience a partner sexually, or just experience life and making love to life again? There's going to be, when is that? How soon is that? Or how close is that from becoming a manifested reality where you're actually going to live that life? There we go. Palace of Cups. Yep, very, very close. And the Palace of Cups, this is the only tarot deck that I know that has this. It's sort of the realm of emotions. So it's going to feel really good. So how close? I would say it's very freaking close, because this is what I'm calling the completion phase. So this energy of doing things that make you feel good and making choices based on what makes you feel good, because that's upright. That's been in your energy for a while. The sun's there as well. So it's strong. All this is going to be is just feedback to let you know that this is solidified. So this is very close. It's almost close to being completion. So I would say if this is the evidence, the person is going to come back very soon. They're going to try and make contact or try and rekindle the flame. And you're going to go, no, this is too strong now. This feels, making choices based on what makes me feel good. I've practiced that enough to know that this doesn't. And I can't go back, because going back to this person would be dishonoring myself. Or going back to this situation would be dishonoring myself. Potentially this person, might have actually gone with someone else and now they're coming back to you. And that when they did that, that destroyed your faith in relationships, and you've had to rebuild again. And you've gone, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. It feels too good to do me. It feels too good to put me first. It feels too good to put my own pleasure first. And I know that that's the right thing to do, because that just feels amazing. And everything is starting to fall in line in my life because of it as a result. When you're there, the universe just works with you. The universe loves this type of energy because you're making it so easy. And this is just going to be feedback. So I would say very soon, you're either going to get this example of a manifest reality where someone that, or someone that represents an ex, like someone that's going to come into your life and give you an opportunity maybe to connect, and you're going to go, no, I've been there, done that, don't like it, no, sorry. And that's going to make you go, yes, because I'm choosing me first. This is very soon. So either that's going to happen, or you're just going to come across an adventure and you're going to go, oh, okay. It's soon. An adventure is soon. But perhaps you're going to prove to yourself what you don't want, because what you do want is so strongly solidified in your every fiber of your being now. That's what's going to happen first, and that's what's going to unblock everything. So you're so close. It's not far off at all. I'd give it a couple of weeks, if that. And you can do things to pleasure yourself in the meantime. In masturbation is one way, but you could also just make something really yummy, or just go for a walk, or play with your pets, or do something that, take a day of 𝒂𝒐𝒂𝒕. Do something that makes you feel good. Do I want another card? No. Okay. Oh, and let's have a look at that. Page of Cups. So you've got the Palace of Cups and the Page of Cups. You're new at this, but you've been doing this for a while. Like, I know that sounded like a contradiction, but you're new at putting yourself first and looking at yourself first, and looking at, you know, what is it that makes me feel good. This is a first for you, especially with that coming out and that coming out and that ending. This seems to be an old cycle, but you've been in this energy for a little while. So a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months where you've been in this energy, but you're new at it. So you're just getting used to it. You're just getting good at it, at the energy of putting yourself first and putting your own pleasure first. You're just starting to get really good at it. And now you're getting to the point where you could pass this test, no problems at all. Maybe the universe doesn't need to offer it to you. Maybe it will. But you're just about ready to actually go on that adventure and spice life up again and do it based on what makes you feel good. So you're there. Energetically, you're absolutely there. You're already doing it by putting yourself first. You actually already started. Okay. Let's now have a look at how, like a glimpse into how this will look once manifested. So it's a bit of a sneak preview. 18 plus maybe. A sneak preview into how this is going to look once you get it. Once you get there. You know, once you're sort of, you know, living the adventure, how will it look? Oh, that didn't really want to come out. Okay. I will say that it's important, like, especially when you're talking about sex, there might be some areas in that area that might have been taboo in the old way of thinking. Like, a lot of religions think that masturbation is bad, you know. And maybe you're like, there's an advice coming out is don't judge yourself too harshly for wanting to go down this route. and don't feel that you're a bad person because you want to have a couple of one-night stands, for example. It is, once you start doing this, there might be a feeling of, is this right? Should I, maybe the old belief systems of you have to put everyone else first and you can't put am I being too selfish for wanting this? There's going to be some old belief systems as a result of doing this thing. Let's just say you have a one-night stand, or you do something a bit funky in the bed with your partner, or you put yourself first and you know, you go to your friends and they want you to do something that you used to do and go, you know what, I'm going off on my own and I'm doing my own thing. You might feel guilty for that. So don't, like, upon reflection, you might actually judge yourself harshly for taking that action. So based on old limited beliefs. And so be very careful to not do that. You're making the choice from a very positive mindset. How is doing things that make you feel good bad? Think about it. You're not hurting anyone. Everyone's doing everything with consent. How can that be bad? If someone needs you, you'll be there for them. But if they don't need you, be there for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't shame yourself. So you are like, perhaps it's going to feel so good that you're going to go, ooh. Because we've been indoctrinated to believe that, you know, if anything is too good to be true, you've got to question it. But, you know, if you have a couple of one-night stands and that was so much fun and everything like that, who gives a crap? You know, you both, a good time was had by all. No one was hurt. You know, don't think that you're a bad person because you want to explore something that most people are too scared to. So that's interesting that when it becomes a manifested reality, that might come up. And I'll just get one more as to how it'll look once it's manifested. Page of Cups. And it's interesting, Page of Cups again. Beautiful. Okay. But what you're going to do, is exactly what I just said. You're going to basically, like the Five of Swords is sort of like the divorce card in a way. You're going to divorce those belief systems because you're going to go, you know what? No, I've chosen to put myself first. I've chosen to put my pleasure first. And that's important and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the very beginning of the stages of emotional mastery, actually. Putting your emotions first, doing things that make you feel good, always for the win-win. These are all upright. There's nothing manipulative about it whatsoever. Everything is healthy, and you have to put yourself first. Otherwise, how are you going to be any benefit to anyone else? How can you be of benefit to other people when you're running on empty? You've got nothing to give. What you want to do is fill your own cup first, so when it continues to fill, the natural overflow can benefit everyone else. Then it's a win-win. This is actually how you help other people, by filling your own cup first, so you have something to give, and showing them that that's the best way to do it as well. And what you're going to do is you're going to realize that you're going to divorce yourself from that negative judgment. You're going to, you know what, I don't want to think that way anymore, because this feels really good. It didn't hurt anyone. I had fun. There's no harm done, and I feel really good. And now I feel really good. I can actually want to. I'm inspired by life again. How's that a bad thing? I'm inspired to help other people again. How is that a bad thing? I'm actually a good example of how it is to actually put yourself first and live a really happy life. That's what the universe wants for you to live a happy life. And you're doing that. So the results of doing that, like your first encounter, is you're going to go, oh, yeah, was that too good? And you're going to go, fuck off. Of course not. It was really good. And I'm going to own it, and I'm going to do it again. And it was awesome. And I don't care. I'm going to get rid of those belief systems, because those belief systems didn't work out for me in the past. I've just come from that. I don't want to go there again, because those belief systems clearly didn't work. That's what these swords are. So it's going to come back. This could be, the opportunity where, get rid of a sword, get rid of a sword, get rid of a sword. Because, you're realizing it doesn't work for you. So you're going to embrace it. So when you first have your first adventure, however that's going to look, it might just be like, if you're a mother of a wife and mother of small children, and you go, you know what, I'm going to take the weekend off for a day spa. And then you do it. Your kids are going to be looked after. The hubby can look after them, or you can get babysitters or whatever. But you take a weekend out just for yourself. At the end of the weekend, you go, oh, I feel so good. I got a massage, and I got a facial, and, I just feel amazing. I feel really relaxed. Oh, but I'm a bad mother because I abandoned my children for 2 days. No, they were looked after. You made sure they were looked after. You were doing yourself first. And then when you come back, you're refreshed. You're going to be much more present for your children than you were before when you were stressed. Again, my voice is starting to go. So that's the sort of scenario that's going to happen as a result. But you're going to nip that in the bud. You're going to go, nah, bugger that. I don't want to think that, because it doesn't serve me. Okay. So this is how you can best support this orchestration process. How can you best support the universe at this time in making this happen for you? And my guess would just be to continue doing things that make you feel good. But how can you best support the universe in this orchestration process? Okay. Balance your energy. So this is, I will actually look at the cards for that. This is about rebalancing your energy. And loving your inner child was, and I'll put that here because I'm going to run out. Or can I put it there? Oh, I can. Check that out. Okay. I'm just going to read that. It just feels like how you can support it is to rebalance your energy. So if you're operating more from your feminine energy, maybe you want to do something more masculine. You want to take some action, and you want to do something, you want to be more decisive, go mow the lawn or something like that. Or the opposite, if you're too masculine, maybe you want to do something nurturing and feminine. Or where you feel that you're spending more time with money and finances, maybe spend more time with family and emotion. Whatever it is where you feel out of balance, maybe you're looking after your finances and your emotions, but you've been not eating very well or exercising. Maybe you want to balance that out. That is going to help the universe at this time to bring in wherever it is you're out of balance, and you'll know where that is, where you're spending more time in one area of your life like spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and I think that's it. I can't remember the fifth area. But if you're spending more energy in this, then if you can balance it out by spending more area in here, then that can help free any blocks that the universe is experiencing in getting this information to you. And loving your inner child, that is vital to this, because it's your inner child that's saying, I want to have fun. I want to do things that make me feel. Kids, that's all they do. They do things that make them feel good. We think they're being selfish, but they're actually teaching us something. Your inner child is saying, I want to have fun again. I don't forget your responsibilities. Like, pay the bills, do everything that you need to do. But once you're done, let it go and just have fun and enjoy life and listen to your inner child again. But this one is something I want to read some more on. If you find yourself feeling tired, tense, and anxious during your day, then there's a good chance that your body is trying to tell you that it's time to stop. It's time to accept that you're not coping with day-to-day demands as well as you could be and do something about it. But remembering this is reversed. Sure, you could take a moment to realign your chakras. If nothing more, taking a moment to still your mind and breathe will help you get through a tough moment. But if you're struggling every day or feeling shattered by the end of every week, then you need to make lasting changes. Lasting changes, which is what this is all about. This is a life change. When did you last take some time to rest and relax? Everything what I've been saying. Could you run yourself a warm bath and soak away any tension you are holding on to? This is self-pleasure. Self-care goes deeper than having a facial or doing your nails. I love tarot. Are you holding on to stagnant pain or emotion? No. Because that's obviously not. You're releasing it. When was the last time you did a mental or emotional health check to look at it and work through issues that might be increasing your stress burden? Are you willing to make a lifestyle change in order to restore balance? That's exactly what I've been saying. Adequate sleep, nutritious food, regular exercise, meditation, companionship, and relaxation. Seriously, that's exactly what I just said. If you're not getting enough of each or not making time for them, then stop making excuses and look after yourself. Well, told you. Make time so your body, mind, and spirit receive all they need to help you or help keep your energy balanced and your heart centered. When you balance your energy, you restore calm. When you find your center, you will feel at peace. When you're at peace, you'll find yourself moving through life with more ease, responding instead of reacting. Feels like the last reading. Okay, I was going to take a drink. So I think what you've been doing, you have been rebalancing your energy. You have been reprioritizing your life, and you have been putting yourself first. So do more of that. But perhaps what you haven't been, or a perspective that you haven't taken, is a conversation with your inner child. What would your inner child want? And with regards to acting childlike, it's more about doing things that make you feel good and choosing yourself first. Like, children are quite selfish, but that's something that they're teaching us. I said this before. They just want to have fun. All day is like an adventure to them. They don't have responsibilities or anything like that. And that is their predominant existence, desire in life is just to have fun. How can we make this fun? How can we do this? That's making, like, even meal times when you're making your meals, or especially if with kids, how can we make this fun? Actually ask your kids, if you have kids, how would you make this fun? What would you like to do that's fun? And do that. Let your inner child come out and play and have some fun. And I know that this is a reading about sex, and I will address that. But the inner child isn't about being a child. It's about not being. It's about being more childlike. It's being more spontaneous. It's being about honoring the heart, honoring play, honoring happiness, honoring fun, honoring the adventure. All those qualities that a child has is what is being called upon from the universe now to bring out within you. That is what's going to help bring this experience out for you, because you haven't quite experienced it yet. Maybe you've been doing some self-nurturing and self-pleasure, but with regards to experiencing life and making love to life and letting life pleasure and surprise and delight you, that is what you're working towards. And the best way to do that is to continue to rebalance your energy, which you're doing, and balance out the areas of your life. Continue doing that, but let your inner child have a say. And ask your inner child, or even if you have a child, ask your child, how would you address this situation? What would you do in my situation? You know, if it is a situation that you can explain to a child, you know, say, look, I'm unhappy at work, or, you know, I want to move on, or, you know, this and this is happening at work. You know, what would you do? And just get their perspective on it and go, okay, and consider it, seriously consider it. You know, you might not think that a child's perspective would understand the complexity of an adult life or a complexity of a job or responsibilities, but they have wisdom to teach you. What would your 5-year-old self say to you if you don't have kids or access to kids? What would your own, you know, 5-year-old self look like? Or like, what would your own 5-year-old self do in this situation? And take that advice on, and don't discount it. Okay. So a message from the universe, or possibly any advice. And one more shuffle. No, it's not really in shot, is it? Okay. So any advice? Whoa. Way too many. I only take 3 or less. There we go. Where you are is where it's at. Stay still until you're divinely moved. Okay, so what you're doing is you are exactly eyes on the prize. Perfect. You are where you need to be. And I'll just move these up a little bit so that can fit in there. Okay, perfect. So where you are, like, it is just a beautiful transitional stage. Nothing's going wrong. You know, you've moved on from what's going wrong. The only challenging thing that you're having at the moment is just about rebalancing your energy. It's just about tweaking it and balancing out your life a little bit and accessing the words of wisdom from your inner child, and possibly this other person coming back or someone that represented them, just proving to you that no, that's no longer something that appeals to you anymore. It's just basically some feedback, and that's going to be nothing. It's going to be a nothing burger at all. And you know, when you first do experience it, there might be a little bit of self-judgment with regards to that, but then you're going to nip that one in the bud. So nothing is going wrong. Everything is going right. You're exactly where you need to be. You're doing exactly what you need to do. You're supporting the universe very well. These are just tweaks. This is going to happen even if you didn't do that. You're nurturing yourself. You're in love with yourself again. And you're 100% determined to do this. Nothing is going to stop you because it feels too good. So I feel like the challenge is just starting. So I'll just tune in a little bit more. Yeah. You're very fertile at the moment, spiritually speaking and energetically speaking. You're ripe for the picking. You're ready to burst forth. It's sort of like, if you want to look at this whole experience as an orgasm, you're right prior to the climax. You're almost ready to just, and explode and enjoy life and experience this. So just enjoy that part, enjoy the process of it, because the process that you're in at the moment feels good. Doing things that make you feel good. Putting your own pleasure first feels good. Don't rush to get to the end result of having that experience with that person or leveling up. If it's, you're leveling up sexually with your partner, the process of looking for new positions or how, exploring different role plays or talking with each other, that's all part of the process too. It's not just about the actual orgasm or the actual event. It's the lead up is also fun. It's also pleasurable. It's all pleasurable. And you can't have a pleasurable destination if you had a crappy journey. If you had a really good journey, the destination's awesome. You're still part of the journey, and that whole journey is awesome. Like doing things that make you feel good, organizing the day spa, getting excited about going there. That whole part of the process, and proving to yourself that you have leveled up and you are putting yourself first, and that is okay. That feels amazing. So where you're at is where you're at. You'll know when it's time to act because it will feel good, and you're getting good at knowing that. You're getting good at knowing what feels good. I know that sounds weird, but we're conditioned to believe that feeling good is bad. Feeling good is selfish. So what you're doing is you're moving away from those belief systems, and it's not easy to do. So you're getting good at being okay with feeling good and putting yourself first and deprogramming yourself in that way. So once you get good at that, once you balance your energies and start bringing in your inner child, you're going to start to see possibilities come your way with how you can express that and direct this energy. See what else? It's something that you're either doing or decided to do, but one way that can really help you is to beauty up your body a bit. So maybe try a different hairstyle, maybe go to the gym or start working on your body, or just beautifying it on an external level, trying a different makeup routine, buying new clothes, new jewelry, whatever it is that beautifies you, that is going to make you feel good. If you feel like you look good, that is going to help you feel good on the inside, and that will really be conducive to what you're doing here. And if you feel that you look good, then you're going to look good to your partner or to the opposite sex as well. And that's going to make you feel more confident. So there is a side note there to sort of just beauty up your body. What else? There's nothing that can go wrong from this point. If you're honoring your heart and you're moving forward in every single choice that you make from a place of feeling good, nothing wrong can come from that. Because if you feel good, you're not going to do anything that makes anyone else feel bad, because that'll make you feel bad and you want to feel good. So every choice that you make, when you make it from a place from your heart or from a place of making it feel good, the outcome is assured of it being good. The whole journey of good feeling choices results in a good feeling outcome. The success is assured. The success of having a great opportunity, a great adventure and happiness is assured because you're making the right choices. With every single choice that you make, every single thought you choose to think, every single feeling you choose to entertain, single good feeling you choose to entertain, all leading towards an amazing result. So you're guaranteed it. It might not be happening right now, but you'll know when to move, and it's soon. Keep focusing on, fantasizing about what you want. Fantasize about that trip around the world. Fantasize about that one night stand. Fantasize about that new sexual position or role play that you're doing with your partner. Fantasize about that spa bath you're going to go on. You know, whatever it is that you're planning or thinking about or wanting to do that you know is going to make you feel good, whatever adventure you're planning on going on because it's going to make you feel good, think about that. Keep your eyes on that. That will make you feel good. When you feel good, you're in that manifestational energy where you can create what you want. It's just prime energy to be in. And that's what's going to help the universe the most. Okay, anything else? Just final comments. Eating well will help too. More fruits and water-based, or more water. That'll help bring through the skin as well. More water you drink, the better your skin looks. And if you treat yourself well with good food, that's a form of self-love. And that will radiate from you and create an inner glow. And make you also more appealing to other people. You respect yourself. You're seen to respect yourself. Other people will respect you. And be careful of the words you say. Make your words in alignment with your desire. Positive, forward-thinking words. I'm looking forward to, rather than I wish I had. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to figuring this out. I'm looking forward to having this adventure. It's going to feel amazing when I have it. Be careful of the words. The words have power. Be careful of the words you use. And be mindful and deliberate. This is powerful energy that you're directing. And you're directing it very well and in a very positive direction. So you can't go wrong. It's going to be fun though. What you're going to experience is going to be fun. You're in store for a lot of fun. So that's really good. Really, really good. I think that's it. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me for this read. And if you like it, please put a comment down in the comments below. If you have any ideas for any other future reads, again, put it in the comments or send me an email and I'll absolutely do that for you. But until next week, when I do my next read, I say bye. Thank you.